There we are. Yeah, it is. It's always a trap to go on air. The listeners are scary.
Yes, they are.
Sleeping farmer hid in Europe. Is that it?
I suppose that's what the title says.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, to finish our conversation before we went live, go naked or go home. If that answers your question, Mark.
Okay, I want to pop the chat out so I can see it and shut this down. Chat pop out. Now I can get out of
daiquiris.
Jeez.
So good. You don't even understand. Did Coach just abandon us? He's sure taking a long time to show up, just like he's taking a long time to paint his TIE fighter.
Oh, is he actually going to do that?
He says he's going to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where's chat at now? Where did I move it to? Ah, there it is. Yay, I have chat up. And answer Padre, because he's always concerned if I'm going to be on.
Yeah, if you notice what my son said in the chat, that the basement is clean. We had a basement cleaning party with all the kids this weekend, and they pick up after themselves. So now I don't have to worry about walking down here to change for work and stepping on Legos and stuff, which is my favorite, by the way.
Yeah, I went down to my basement today to grab a mat. I played some games this evening, and there was a spider down there, like probably one of the biggest spiders I've ever seen, like personally in my life, that wasn't like at a zoo. Like, holy crap. Fortunately, I have a bunch of hockey sticks down there, and I'm really good with a hockey stick, so it didn't survive.
I figured it took
like,
it away
it was big enough that the splat from it stained the carpet. That sucker was huge.
Confirmed kill.
Yeah, but he broke the number one rule of being a spider, is that you don't come into the house. I will let you live outside the house all you want to. Build a giant web, like between two of my trees. Don't care. You're fine. You come into my house, you die.
Hi, guys.
Oh,
he's made it.
Hey, Coach.
Where the fuck is my pencil? Oh, shit. And he's gone again.
He's got to get his pencil. Hinduin.
What?
Yeah, I'm singing mumble rap. I had a guy at work that just started in the department that was listening to that in the other room. And as I was going about my day, I was kind of like barely paying attention to what was being said as I was going through the other room. And I was like, skippity dee, scoobity doo. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I missed my calling, man. I could have been a rapper.
Or done Dr. Seuss books.
Yeah, one of the two.
What the devil are you drinking?
Me?
Yeah.
It's hot tea with Fireball in it. So it's basically cinnamon tea.
Was that a Bud Light Lime?
No, orange. You know
Orange.
me.
Okay.
My wife drinks the lime. I drink the orange.
If you're gonna drink an orange beer, why not just do Blue Moon?
Ooh.
I like this. It's in my refrigerator.
You guys and your fruit beer seems freaking girly drinks.
Yeah, Mr. Daiquiri. Why isn't that pinky hanging out, dude?
He's delicious.
Still no umbrellas, though, I see.
Umbrellas? No. I gotta leave room for the whipped cream.
Oh, that's right.
Jeez. Yeah, I saw that. That was entertaining.
It's fun.
By the way, good show last week, guys.
Yeah.
And, oh. I can do it. Yeah.
It's not what I heard.
Motherfucking blunder.
Ooh, ooh. No more daiquiri mix for Chico.
If I put it over there, well, we never talk to each other in our chat anyway. I'll just leave it on that side.
Chico, I'm so happy you put the pictures on here.
Makes it a little easier.
Amazing. Oh my god, it was great. Fantastic.
Oh, good. Cap's gone. Nice.
Now put that
All
big
over my
ass
keyboard.
size 13 on and kick it for the homies.
What's this about you becoming a rapper now? Is this what I'm getting here?
Yeah. Skippity dee, scoobity doo. See, I've got it down.
Man,
So
look at you. Look at
we
you.
got to figure, since he's not playing X-Wing, he's got to do something.
Yeah. He doesn't do that anymore. Yeah, I can't believe what. Are we thinking Thursday or not? Or what's the deal here?
Yeah, definitely tomorrow. I already told my old lady I'm coming over right after work.
Okay.
So
Well,
I don't want to make it too late of a night. That way I can get all my crap packed up because I have to get all the conversion kits all unboxed and stuff yet. So
You just bought one.
yeah, but I didn't even. Yeah, they're not open though. None of them.
Okay. Anything new I got to add to the list or notes?
I just gotta lick the cream off my rod over here. This is getting messy.
I was gonna say, thank God we're live for that one.
Jeez.
Hey,
Now he's got daiquiri all over his
kudos
crotch.
for the 199, by the way.
The what?
199 pounds.
Oh,
Cheers.
yeah. I dropped under 2 bills for like one day.
For some reason, I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, why is it 199 degrees in your house? Why did you take a picture of your thermostat? Like, you got to get that fixed.
That's that.
then I saw
I'm
the
turning
bonus
my
on the
house into a
toes.
sauna. Nah.
Ooh, Tommy's
Yeah,
got
like
19 seconds.
right after taking that picture, I went to a party with my parents and grandparents, aunts and uncles, where they cook food like crazy people. Then the next day, I went to a festival at my church where they cooked food like crazy people and had a chili cook-off, and right back over, and it'll figure it out.
Nothing like going from one end to the other, huh?
Yeah, I'm okay with sacrificing a little bit for a chili cook-off and a daiquiri.
You can't turn that down. Okay, I guess we can get started then.
Which my wife got second out of 20-something chilies.
I
Nice.
can't take you seriously with cream in your face.
What? What's this? Is it over here?
It's right. No, it moved over here now.
Right over here? No, over.
It's kind of everywhere.
Quit it. You're getting our viewers all excited.
I believe it. I need to wash myself now. I'm sticky.
Oh, I do have one thing to add. 3.
It's that mystery question at the end of the show.
Are you going off the written? Did you print out your show notes again, or are you going off of the?
Got it. Nope, they're right here.
Oh, when did you print them?
At 5:30.
Oh,
I made changes,
well,
but it was basically the intro and the outro. That's all I added.
but you missed my changes.
Oh, well, when did you make changes?
Like a half hour ago.
Okay. All right. Well, you interrupt me when you obviously get to the part where you changed.
No, I was making changes to the intro, trying to get you to read something you didn't want to.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen. I mean, it would have happened,
Yeah.
but oh my god!
Fuck you, San Diego.
Exactly.
That was the best one.
So apparently, I not only do that in the X-Wing podcast, but I do it in my BattleTech podcast as well. It's like, let's do a little trivia question. And so they wrote the trivia question out, and so I read it, and then like nobody said anything. It was a really long pause. I was like, okay. And our next trivia question was, and turns out the next line below that was the answer to the trivia question above.
Congratulations.
I'm like,
Oh.
Speaking of trivia, evidently Zach Matthews got a 2-point penalty for ambushing Bruno on our show.
And he has to turn his medals back in, right?
No.
that was funny. That was pretty funny. That was a pretty good one. All right, let's get this shoe on the road.
Shoe in the road.
Good morning, X-Wing! Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX Radio. Time to rocket from the Delta Pilot to the 4BZ. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the OCX Radio Podcast, broadcasting live from the OCX studios in beautiful downtown Orange City, Iowa. My name is Aaron, the Coach Crawl, and joining with me tonight, the one, the only, Mr. Chico.
And I'm completely unprepared and have no intro.
Oh, come on. Fuck me. Well, let's see if this makes a difference.
What? Are we starting over?
Yeah, we're gonna start over.
Should we be doing Audacity?
Oh,
I'm pretty
how about
sure
I need to start Audacity up.
No, we should be fine.
There we go. I got waves.
I just gotta get past. No, don't do Audacity. We just gotta get past me, and then whatever else happens, I can phase out whenever. It doesn't matter.
We're
Okay.
not doing Audacity then?
Unless you guys want to, I don't care. I can start it up here. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're good.
All right, check 1, 2, check 1. Did anyone see that funny video where you're like trying to make a penis out of the waves on Audacity?
Oh my god, no.
It'll be like home. Oh no, that didn't work.
All right.
All right, everybody got Audacity?
Yes.
Yep.
Let's do snaps. 3, 2, 1. All right. Good morning, X-Wing! Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX Radio. Time to rocket from the Delta Pilot to the 4BZ. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the OCX Radio Podcast, broadcasting live from the OCX studios in beautiful downtown Orange City, Iowa. My name is Aaron, the Coach Crawl. Joining me tonight, the one, the only, Mr. Chico Brown.
Yeah, internet, go eat a turkey leg.
Gobble, gobble, I guess. Maybe. Sure. And also joining us tonight, 487 miles to my left, Uncle Mark Tippett.
Hey, wonder of wonders, miracles of miracles. I saw a touchdown. I saw it right here. I'm so excited, but I'm a bit confused. Why is Green Bay now wearing blue? Oh, wait. Was that too soon?
Fuck you.
This is not the Stay on Target podcast. We're not discussing football here.
There's not much football to discuss.
I've been working on that all day and I screwed it up. I'm sorry.
No,
I thought you did.
That was pretty
fine, Mark.
solid. That
I
was good.
think you're just fine. Wow. Anyway, bringing up the rear as always. Kyle can't get a 2.0 game. Salute. Stews.
Not until tomorrow. Planning on being there.
I'm so excited for your first 2.0 game.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait to sit there and have the rules reference out for you in the rules book and tell you what you're doing wrong. It's going to be great.
It's going to be super fantastic.
You're going to get so angry.
I'm actually finding it not that different. Like, you have to deal with, like, barrel rolls being different. But other than that, I mean, it's just a whole bunch of new cards. Like, it seems like, which are awesome. I super like them. But as far as like the mechanics of sitting down and playing a game, it's not a huge change to me. It's the complete restructuring of the cards and points to just put everything back on like an even keel, which is perfect. Exactly what I wanted.
You guys talk about me playing X-Wing as if I use ships that have the barrel roll action.
Yeah.
You did use ships that used
They
barrel
might
roll. You just
now.
didn't use the barrel roll action.
My
I had-
Y-Wings do.
The Kimagila. Not in 1.0 they didn't.
It's just
When Mark's ships are barrel rolling more than yours, it's a scary thought.
Oh. So, before we get started into the show, I just want to, first of all, two announcements. One is Tommy Adams' X-Wing Vassal Tournament, the XVT. He's already got 19 people signed up, so go on the OCX Facebook page or go on to the many other Facebook pages that he has promoted it on. Go sign up. Sounds like a good time. It's all going to be 2.0. I'm going to try, but I'm probably not going to be able to make it on for a whole bunch of matches, but fuck it, I'll sign up anyway. But go out and do that. Tommy Adams, I think he's running the whole thing, so it should go flawlessly. And it should be a good time. So, second, speaking of the Facebook page, OCX Aces hit 300 members the other day.
And number 300 is
it.
here. Yeah, he's watching.
Oh, Mr. Joshua Jury was the 300th member on the OCX Facebook
And he
page.
gets absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He promptly showed up and quickly got insulted by Luke.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
A little tidbit, Tommy is in the chat tonight, and he is telling me that, excuse me, it's going to be one game a week, so not a huge commitment. Everyone should be able to get one game in a week, I would think so. So that's pretty much all the shout-outs and everything else I have, so you guys are free from any ramblings or half-hour...
Can I step in here for one quick second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Birmingham Barons, Hornet Squadron guys, even the crates. There's a blowjob coming towards you guys that's pretty impressive. So keep your heads down and stay safe. Okay.
Keep your heads down if there's a good blowjob coming his way.
What? Wow. I'll give you one of those. That was fantastic.
That was a lot to swallow.
Yeah. I had a mouthful of drink at that time. I don't know about came out. Not expecting that.
No, that hurricane is serious business, guys. And it looks like you guys are right dead smack in the middle of all of it. So
it was serious business. It's down to a Cat 1 now. So
it's a Cat 1 on land. Come on.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's the one that's coming up through the south, though, right?
It's in Georgia now. Yeah.
Yeah, Alabama and Georgia are getting hit more than they're gonna get. Like, what they need to do is pull their parachute and get sucked up by it because they're showing the trajectory go straight to England. So go back over there, land on the beach in Normandy, and take back our Coruscant championship.
Okay, that's France.
Yeah, that's all part of Europe.
Freaking get good, crates. Damn it. Apparently, you're the United States' only hope. And that's sad.
No, because if you look at the top 16, or maybe it was the top 32, there were 2 Gold Squadron members up there, and not a single crate.
There were. Unless you count Nathan Idy as a crate, which I don't.
No, he's a crate on top.
Oh. He's the... Okay, I got you.
What about
he's part of that weird Wisconsin
Duncan?
group that Matthews put together.
I don't know where you put Duncan these days. He's just kind of like a he's out there. He's a gun for hire, I think. Anyway.
Yeah.
But speaking of Coruscant, thank you for the lead in, Chico. We're gonna talk a little bit about Coruscant because that happened. And I think I want to go down. First of all, I want to read off just the names. Who was? Well, actually, I don't have full names in here, but that's Jesper Hills. Top 16 was Jesper Hills, Alex Farley, James Finlayson, Nathan Idy. Oh boy, Arkaduis.
Come on, Farmer. Come on, Farmer. Pronounce it.
Arkaduis Kala, Kent Whitney, Duncan Howard, Nathaniel May. That rounded out the losers in the top 16 bracket. Moving on from there was the top 8 in F. Moray, C.
Francois Moray,
and then I think it was
Norris.
Chris Norris.
No,
I'm
Chuck
pretty
Norris.
sure I thought it was Chuck Norris for a while. Oh, you guys are all fucked.
he was in. I loved him in Star Wars.
Yeah, the Force.
He was the Force.
Oh God.
William Hagewood, Go USA. I know this. The K. Lau. What was his first? It was a weird first name. But he was from.
Wasn't weird.
He was from Sweden.
Yeah. Thanks, Tim, for not putting the full names. Tim.
Yeah. Thanks, Tim Haynes. Calling you out. Jeez. You put a piece of paper in front of me. I'm going to read all of it, but I can't read all of it. It's not there. So those were the losers of the top 8. Moving on from there, the top 4 was R. Jessica, L. Goyonka, or is that a G?
It's Lucas.
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 And then the runner-up was M. Louis. And the winner was Tim Forster. Tom.
Yeah, from the UK. Tom
Forster. Mm-hmm. So that rounded out the Coruscant 16, and it was heavy on the Empire, obviously. Actually, the top 16 doesn't look like. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, top 16 was 8 Imperials, 3 Rebels, and 5 Scum.
There you go. So, I mean, it wasn't totally dominant.
Jesper Hills' first opponent was Tyler. And
I watched that game.
And Tyler...
I think.
I think it was broadcast, but Tyler said, I've never lost so many games to unmodded naked dice rolls. And Jesper took out Whisper on a 3-die, no mod, and Tyler blanks the roll and loses Whisper in one pass. And Jesper did say that Tyler gave him the best game of his 6-0 run day. It was the first one of the day. And Tyler had a little tough luck. He ended up 2-4. He lost to Nathan Idy in the 4th round. He was 2-1 at the time. And if we do an OCX after hours, I can tell you what he really thought of the game. But he said it was a good turnout. It was a frustrating day, first day for him. And then he went 2-1 in one of the side events on Sunday. But overall, he said it was a good event. It was good seeing a lot of the folks there.
I just had a thought and it went away. But I mean, it's 2.0. So you're going to have those games. Unmodded dice are a lot more prevalent nowadays because there just aren't that many. You're not going to get the focus target lock all the time. So, yeah, we were playing Sunday, and it was just like you out of your ass rolled 2 hits, 2 crits, and you're just like, well, that helps. But you're rolling naked dice a lot more than you used to be.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying 2.0.
They're called naked dice now in 2.0. They're not called unmodded dice. They're called naked.
I refer to them as naked
Potato,
dice. I mean,
I guess. I don't know.
I just like how everything's starting to get referred to as naked. It's funny. Oh.
it's the only time I get to talk like this.
So Chico's got down here in his superfluous notes. They are fantastic, and I hope we get these every single time. But I want to do a little discussion on what were the ships that were good, I guess, in there, and as good we're meaning showed up the most and did the best. I'm assuming,
right? And my data kind of comes from the top 16. Everything below that is scrubs.
Which it should.
Yeah,
Rubs.
So I think I had it as the next bullet point, but I think it's worth mentioning now. These are awfully skewed.
Yes.
But I think we're going to get a good bit of information out of this of what's good besides Boba Fett in the fire spray, because him having to be a crew for the scum and not being able to be a pilot was a big deal. Like that really shook up their meta, which I think is interesting for like a sign of like what's to come when they put out other events and say you can only bring from this set, and like they're going to be able to section off certain things and tell you that nope, you're not going to be able to fly all that stuff, just fly this, and you're just going to have to deal with it. So I think that's really fascinating. But it definitely warped what was at Coruscant, because they didn't have to deal with that at all.
Do you think everyone? What's the consensus on this format? Are people liking it? Are people not liking
the Coruscant format?
Yeah, where you're voted in, you have to use this one card.
Oh, it's like what somebody else was calling it. It's a meme tournament. When you're forced to Rebel and Scum, like they tell them you have to bring something that carries crew, and you just have to. It limits quite a bit. Scum, not so much. I think it'd be easy enough to throw a quad jumper into your list and poof, you got it. But the fact that they couldn't do Boba Fett was huge. Rebels having to bring something that carried crew and forcing it to be Leia was a bit of a big deal. But then like Imperials having somebody with a talent that is open, like talents are fairly open these days, so it's not a huge deal. But
it's a big tournament. I mean, this is the Coruscant Invitational. Should it be a meme tournament, I guess is what the word getting thrown out there.
Right. I don't think, like, you have Worlds, and Worlds is going to be the fully open format. So having something on the side that's kind of a little bit different is okay. I think with that many people, it was overkill. At the previous Coruscants, where it was like only like a dozen people or less, that wasn't a big deal, because you only had like 8-person tournament, whatever. Do whatever weird ass format you want to do. Yeah. Because first year they had it to where you had to bring like 3 different lists, and they it was like randomly picked or something. Second year they had to have like one ship that was a certain build that they could pick from different things, and it had to be in there.
They had the 76 tournament or something like that.
They did some weird stuff. Yeah.
We did hear coming out of Coruscant that there's going to be a format where it's going to be a selection of ships. Is that kind of what I was getting from? But I mean, they're going to have like a modern. If you're going to relate it to Magic, they're going to have like a modern where it's everything, which is our extended. But they're going to ease hyperspace into not everything, just kind of pick and choose. Is that what I was kind of getting from that news coming out of Coruscant?
I don't know. I've heard that like the the first kits. So somebody said the first kits are supposed to be first Death Star only. So you're talking like Vader and a bunch of ties versus X-wings and Y-wings.
Yay!
So evidently that might be a thing. And then there's, but no ion turret.
No,
Those didn't have those.
Nope.
All those Y-wings didn't fire a fucking shot the whole battle. God, so bad.
They just died.
Well, the CGI is much better now. They shoot more now. With
Lost Tyree, lost Dutch. They came from behind. Good work, guys. You informed everybody they came from behind.
Well, maybe we'll go on and hopefully they'll divulge the actual news of that sometime in an article. We don't know, but to go back to what we were talking about, what ships were good that were prevalent in the top 16, and right off the bat, it was pretty evident the high PS reposition ships. Your Supernatural Luke, your Supernatural Vader, Phantoms, Fen, Sunter, and Guri. Just about every list has one of those, if not two, in their list.
Yeah, lots of them did. There were a few like swarm lists that didn't. Like William Hegwood's list was a little off the beaten path, and then there were a couple all bomber lists that were like just a little different. But for the most part,
a couple of Punisher lists with double Punishers.
Yeah, well, it was double Punisher and an ace, right?
Yeah, Colonel Jendon.
Yeah, Major. No, it was
Major.
Kent Whitney had Redline, Death Rain, Major Reimer. Oh no, not Death Rain. Yeah, no.
Yeah, two Punishers.
Yeah, Death Rain, Redline, Death Rain, Major Reimer, and Captain Jonas. That sounds like so much fun. Oh, that looks like a great time.
With trajectory simulators.
Yep, trajectory, cluster missiles, seismic charges, and tactical scrambler on each of the. No, Death Rain didn't have the cluster missiles, just Redline, and then Major Reimer with cluster missiles, Captain Jonas with barrage rockets. Where was his ruthlessness?
Yeah, I don't see it
Assuming
on there
it was
either.
on one of the bombers.
Yeah, it just didn't get put in the notes.
On whose list?
Kent Whitney.
And Whitney.
Yeah,
it must have been.
And I'm looking here now. Since it's
Probably
free,
Death
it
Rain.
doesn't look like it's showing up a whole bunch. I'm assuming it was on because Death Rain doesn't have an EPT or a talent slot. So it's either on Reimer or
Reimer or Jonas. One of those guys do.
Not a big deal, but it looks like a fun list. That looks. I might fly that this Sunday or tomorrow night.
I tried Redline tonight, and he's okay. I didn't find it all that impressive, but then again,
they said he was
maybe
everywhere
with him.
And Mark, I don't know, was Redline literally everywhere in the field?
There was a lot of Redline. It won the event. It was in both of the top two lists.
Mm-hmm. It seemed to be that was the ship to take.
It showed up one more time in the top 8, and then
the top 16.
And top 16, it was in one.
Yep, one list. So a total of 4 lists.
4 out of the 8 Imperial lists had Redline.
And that's impressive.
So a fourth of the top 16.
Now, would you say that's kind of because he's just cheap enough that you can still fit, the core of what you want your list to do, and then just add this big, bad, mean, just you've got to kill him or he's going to hurt you real bad?
Well, he's a medium base, so he gets in there and gums up the works after he does his shots. Mm-hmm. He can roll up and focus target lock. Like, he's one of the few ships that can just focus target lock.
Right. The Punishers have that linked action, don't they?
No, not even that. His ability you can maintain 2 target locks, and after doing an action, you can acquire a lock. So you walk up and go, focus, acquire a lock. Boom, proton torpedoes up your ass.
And man, do proton torpedoes hurt.
Especially when they're double modded.
Damn.
Like it is rare for them to not hit for 4. I mean, all they're missing is guidance chips.
Boba does not like proton torpedoes. I can just tell you that. Especially when they're shot by Wedge.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Supernatural Luke and Supernatural Vader, everybody knows about them. That's a given. They're really good. Luke is a tank. Man, I played against a Supernatural Luke and a Supernatural Vader both last weekend. And I would have to say Vader is just, you can't catch him. That's how he lives. You just can't. And it's super hard to get him down. Luke is, you're going to catch him. You could shoot at him, but oh my God, is it hard to get him.
I was playing against Luke tonight, and he dropped his Luke right in front of 3 barrage bombers and Whisper. And yeah, like, oh, you get a force charge from each of those, but yeah, like one singular focus doesn't always save you.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you catch him hard. But if you let him last till the end of the game, it's hard to take him down.
Yeah. He's great. Go ahead.
One of the things that I've noticed, because I'm this guy that likes to watch the scum list, is that the common factor in all the lists for the scums was Paylob, Gandali. Heck yeah. I think that's pretty super.
Well, a lot of Fens.
A lot of Fens. Fen and Paylob, definitely.
Well, because he's the only ace that Scum had left when you.
Well, and it's also he's a crew carrier, and you had to have Boba Fett,
right?
And Fen also focus is huge.
Yeah, and the thing of it is with what Boba Fett's crew, you can put them on an asteroid within range 3 of any ship. You can literally make them chase Paylob into your ships and then steal their tokens right at the right engagement. I think that's a pretty cool tactic.
Mm-hmm. Especially with all those barrage bombers running around that need their focus to fire. Yeah. And you're like,
nope. sad bomber. Kyle, I think you're going to be flying the Naked Hawk a lot. You're going to like him. You're going to like it a lot. It is a fun ship now with that Holy Crow title.
My freaking
did it end up in a sock again?
No, it didn't end up in a sock again. He figured out that I found the ship that he hid from me because I asked him if he hid it, and he goes, "Yeah, I did." Okay. Well, I had it on top. I had it on the dresser upstairs. And we were going to take Logan home, and he put it in his pocket because he wanted to fly it around when we were driving him back. Yeah, and the wing busted off of it. So now I'm going to have to repaint another Naked Hawk. I can't find the wing. I can't find the wing. I have the ship without the wing. So I don't know.
We'll just give you a Jump Master dial and call it a day.
How a Naked Hawk to lose a wing.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like flying Hawks before, so I might bust out Hawk again. So,
Kyle, what's up, buddy?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Oh my gosh!
Hey, son of a bitch, Chico!
You guys,
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
You guys, I heard my name called and about how awesome I was, and
yeah,
I wanted to talk to Coach a little bit and see how he was doing on his paint job.
Getting there. Just about done.
All right. So, are you more likely to beat me or to win a Goldie?
Ooh.
Oh.
Can't I do both?
Because I have a Goldie right here. How many Goldies do you have?
I'm pretty sure if I win this competition, I think I'm almost in the top running for a Goldie. So, I mean, I don't have one now.
Yeah. Sure.
Hey, Luke, nice shirt.
Thanks. You have a nice shirt, too. How many? So cute. Coach, how many? I'm going to get to it tomorrow's. Can you have before before this is over?
Well, I have till the 18th, don't I?
You have till next Wednesday.
See, I got tons then.
Do you like Earl Grey tea?
Earl Grey tea? Oh no.
or do you like Franzia boxed wine? I'm working with that
or Malort.
Or no.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna save him from having to pay Stu's $50.
Oh come on!
At
Least
won't break the Gordon rule.
At least let me get the black box store. Don't put me down in the schlubs with the Frenzia.
No, this is like you are a housewife on a budget, single mom. This is.
Oh shit! I am not keeping timestamps at all.
or Earl Grey tea. Those are your two choices.
I'll take the box wine any day.
Well, if you have to choose for 2 weeks, ¿Por qué no los dos?
You get one and then one on the other. We'll see how it goes.
Oh God, I hate tea.
Budget housewives. I love it.
Oh, that's the best. Housewife on a budget. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
No, I've got it all set up. Like it's there. I've got my it's all ready to go. It's just last night my kids decided to trash the entire house and I had to go do some disciplining. So after that I was like, yeah, it's drink time, and then it was bedtime. So and then I'm doing this today, and tomorrow is the day I'm going to start.
Hey, Kyle, do you hear like a lot of bitching coming from about here? Like,
maybe some complaining, maybe some excuses. I wouldn't call it bitching.
So what's the other hand of the bet then? If you have to drink budget housewife wine,
Luke has to be on for an entire show
in a robe,
like all the way through the shit show. All the way through the shit show.
Put him in a robe. Put him in a robe.
So anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what coach thinks he's gonna get, because he can't win.
Oh,
and we all know that.
No, you're probably right, but I'm gonna give it my darndest. Dang it!
You know what? Trying is the hardest. Trying is the best part.
It's the best part. I think you're lying to me.
No. Trying your best with painting is the thing that you should strive for. Having fun is the most important thing. For me, it's making you drink boxed wine on air. But for you, having fun and trying your best is really all we can hope for.
hey, Luke, I've painted a completely cloaked Phantom. Want to see it?
I mean,
sure.
Here,
Mark.
look.
Mark, that should have been my idea.
That is beautiful.
You
just put a base and a peg and be like, it's cloaked. I lose, written in the background.
There's still time for that. There's still time for that.
Hey, I've got my idea, and that's always the hardest part for me. So I got it. It's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it. It should look pretty good. Maybe not Luke Carrington good, but it should look pretty good. So I'm excited about it.
No, he's going to go for shock and awe.
We might, and I don't know if we want to ruin Luke's reputation, but he had some good ideas, and I think we're gonna move forward with them. And in the future, we'll maybe talk about that later. But I'm not gonna ruin his.
You don't ruin my reputation by saying I have good ideas. You ruin my reputation by saying I'm a nice person.
Oh, okay.
The best part about Luke right now is he looks like Mr. Wilson from Home Improvement in his camera.
Exactly.
He's like, he's just kind of missing like half of it.
Well, you know, Tim, the way I see it.
The way I see it, yeah. Here, you want to see what I'm let's see if I can switch around my camera here. This is my awesome paint station.
Oh, at least mine looks better than that.
Yeah, it's an utter mess of masterpiece-ness.
Right. So this is what you're working against right now.
Oh, don't show everybody. Don't. We need reveal parties. Come on.
Reveal parties. You're not even gonna paint yours.
Luke, is that my Fang fighter in pieces right there?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Just don't look. Just
I
don't.
have a spinning mod on it. It's gonna spin.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
No,
Well,
we'll
anyway,
we'll have a little reveal party because apparently you have our address and you can just pop on whenever you want.
Yep, pretty much.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, we were playing
All
at
right.
Chris's house. I stole his phone. I sent the whole thing to me. So anyway,
You've actually
See you
had his
later.
phone cloned. That's what you do. Good night, Luke. Oh, thanks, Luke, for showing up. If those of you who are new to the show and didn't know who that was the infamous Luke Carrington.
Mm-hmm.
Who is soon to be a regular.
What?
Oh, I don't know about that. Man, you think it's bad having me on the show full time?
Yeah. All right. So where were we?
Had to get my timestamp down. Just letting you know, Montana, I kind of guessed on when Luke showed up, and he was not on Audacity, so good luck.
Oh shit! So yeah, we're just
Well, I
straight
guess-
gonna be pulling from YouTube.
We're just straight
I
pulling.
guess I'd take care of that. All right.
And stop Audacity and close.
Way to go,
and-
Luke. Way to ruin the whole thing. Oh.
I guess I
So-
should have thought of that when I may or may not have sent him the link.
The minute he popped out, I was like, oh no!
Yeah, I'm sure that's what you were worried about.
That's
Don't
what I
lie
was
to
thinking,
us.
yes.
Hey,
All right.
Kyle, where were we? Get us back on track.
We were
All
on
right,
to-
so we were just finishing up talking about Paylob, me playing a 2.0 match with Paylob, and that's where we ended off.
Yeah, because like Paylob was one of those like wild card ships that showed up at the top 16, and like seeing that much Paylob, I was like, I guess that kind of makes sense. It's like every time I used Paylob, it was in like a meta that was heavy with needing focus and evade, and it's just mean to those things because you get into one of those situations where somebody's sitting there going like, I really need to focus here, but I just know you're gonna steal it. Every once in a while, somebody just goes, "Okay, fine, I'll focus." And I'm like, "Great," and I steal it. He's like, "Why did you bother? Why did you give it to me?" Hey, if you're one of those people and Paylob's right next to you, don't focus. Just don't give it to him. Do literally anything else or do nothing. Doing nothing is okay if it doesn't help your opponent. Stop helping your opponent.
Yeah. What was one of the things that we discussed before we went live about the Hawk having a better primary now and making it a feasible ship?
because it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fantastic.
3 dice primary, and you're banking focuses still. I mean, it's limited to 3, but let's be honest, that's how many you get before you get into combat usually.
It's got the
Yep.
best arc in the game. The true 180. That's fantastic.
280.
Well, you have the forward, and then you just turn it to the side. It's like you're flying a small base Asajj.
That's 180.
That's what I said. 180.
You said 280. It's just madness.
Fine.
And that, if you want the what is it? 9180, 270. The 270 arc. If you get Miranda with some torpedoes and just point her arcs out the side, and you have the torpedoes out the front, it's just wah.
It's fun. I played that with Han.
Yeah.
Han Gunner. That's the best one.
It's like, hey, look, I am like just an old school turret again. Suck it.
Okay,
So-
I want to.
So one of my fanboys says Luke is the nicest guy in X-wing, according to Luke.
No,
Yeah.
checks
He
out.
wouldn't even say that.
No, he super wouldn't.
That's enough Luke talk. Damn it.
Get your ship painted. Enough said.
I have a whole fucking week. Shut up.
So Chico, when you decloak with a medium base, how do you do that?
decloak with a medium base. I
But you
mean,
use
I
the
can.
one, don't you?
Give me a second.
I believe you use the one, and it's not on the side. I think you do get to use
you put the one template next to your ship, and so my nice fancy North American Championship one template. Let's bust out red line here because I was flying with that earlier. So what?
I think I'm right.
So here we go. So you put this next to your ship.
I wasn't right.
Sideways, and then you move it over to the other side, and then you can put your ship hash at the middle, the front, or the back. So yes, you do go further than it going on your base. Yeah,
But it's essentially a barrel roll for medium and large base ships.
I mean, this is the way you do it with all ships. You put the hash to the hash, and then you go to the front or the back of the template. With small bases, it's there to the front or the back.
Yeah.
With medium and large base, it's front to back.
But I thought with cloaking, it was you use the long ways of the one.
With cloaking?
With decloaking. That's his question. Decloaking.
Oh, decloaking a large base ship.
Or a medium base ship. I thought you used the long side of the one. I didn't know you did it just like barrel rolling.
No, maybe you do. I mean, who fucking decloaks large base ships? I mean, so
it's it's the medium.
This is how I looked at. I didn't hear you say decloak.
Oh, but you heard me say 280.
But then
I'm always looking for you to make mistakes.
Okay, well, while he's looking that up, another prevalent list, and I've said prevalent way too many times this podcast.
Prevalent.
The strong alpha list, strong alpha strike lists were there as well. Obviously, because Redline is in there, that's an alpha strike. But some of the Rebel Protons and the Imperial Barrage Bombers, I heard, were around there quite a bit too, and they are pretty solid lists. The Barrage Bombers are a good list. It's a good ship.
Yeah,
just because you can spam so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you usually move first. You get your focus token. It's kind of like the old bombers with what am I thinking of? Deadeye on it, and whatever missile you're going to put on it. But it's better because you got 2 charges now, so to shoot that with. So all you do is you get a focus token. You can shoot at anybody you want, as long as they're in your arc.
Okay.
And they're really cheap.
So I found this, and it says when a medium or large base ship decloaks, it must choose one of the following effects: barrel roll using the one straight. Now I get how they make it like vague, because they say do a barrel roll using the one straight. Well, it always uses the one straight. It just does it the long way instead of the short way. But given that the barrel roll for a small base ship is double the length of its standard barrel roll, it's easy to figure out that they mean a standard barrel roll is like this, decloaking is like that. It's
easy to think that way, but is it that way, or
I'm pretty sure it's that way.
Okay.
Because it doesn't specifically say using the long side,
right?
Which they say that up in the regular barrel roll side. So, I mean, that's the way I would say to do it. I get how there's a little bit of vagueness to it, but come on, people, get a fucking clue.
Right.
I mean, that's the way.
I thought it actually spelled it out in there to use along, but obviously I'm wrong.
Oh, it just says barrel roll using the one straight.
The one straight, which is fine. That's okay. Anybody else have anything on the Alpha Strike list? Has anyone seen any? I mean, obviously, Mark, Chico, myself. Have we run into any Alpha Strike lists?
Yeah, a lot of rebels are throwing proton torpedoes on things, and then barrage bombers are crazy good. So I mean, there's a good bit of Alpha Strike.
Would you consider?
And it seems like it's mostly either Alpha Strike or aces. There's not much.
just a couple of X-Wing, like the Luke and the Wedge with proton torpedoes. Are those Alpha Strike ships? Or are those just X-Wings that have an extra oomph for 2 shots?
Well, they're kind of like a variable depending upon what they go up against, because they've got enough maneuverability that they can kind of bounce around a little bit. And like being able to get at least a single reposition before or after you move with Luke, or just after you move with Wedge, is really good. And they also have that proton torpedo there that if you come up against a list that you're like, I'm a stronger jouster than this, I'm going to try to, corral it in a corner and, drop proton torpedoes on it. You have that ability to Alpha Strike it.
I think on those ships, it's just an extra hammer. I mean, Luke takes a focus or, whatever. He's still got his force already. So you don't need it on defense. It's just nice to use on offense. And if you have a target lock already.
When Tyler played Nathan Idy, there were 4 attack die rolls made in the entire game. And Nathan Idy shot Luke twice, and there were both proton torpedoes, and that's what took out Tyler's Whisper. And they spent 75 minutes. Tyler had Whisper and 4 strikers. And Nathan did what Nathan does, runs and hides and then waits for one opportunity. And the proton, they've made the proton torpedo something to throw on as a net on.
It's really good.
It's really good.
It's really good. I'd just like to point out that Nathan Idy, first of all, doesn't have Corran Horn in his list.
Correct.
Second, he took Sabine Wren, the TIE Fighter, with Cassian Andor and Trick.
No, not the TIE Fighter, the attack shuttle.
Oh, never mind.
And the brilliance with that attack shuttle is that you can do Sabine with Debris Gambit and Cassian. Excellent combination, because before you move, you can barrel roll, link into an evade, which if you're close to a rock is a white evade, do your move, and still get an action afterwards. Like it's pretty damn good.
What does Cassian do again?
Cassian is so same as in first edition, where you take somebody within 0 to 2 of you, and you say, I think you're doing this maneuver.
Oh, okay.
And then they show you their dial, and if you're right, you can change your maneuver. So you just have a blocker that's incredibly good at repositioning.
Sure.
And evading, and you just throw them into the mix. It's at initiative 3. It's like, I know exactly where you're going to be now. I'm going to land myself right where I need to be. And,
unfortunately,
and I'm just going to guess the maneuver that's going to fuck me over the hardest.
Sure.
And if I'm right, then I get to change it to, whatever I need to do to avoid that.
Now, he did not have Debris Gambit on Sabine Wren, but I do like that. That's clever. He had Trick Shot, but
right.
I like the Debris Gambit thing on there. That kind of, I like that little combo. Okay, just to finish out Coruscant a little bit before we move on to what I think might take a little bit of time. We had wild cards in there: Vermeil, Palob, Sabine. I mean, obviously we just talked about Sabine and Cassian. What are some of the wild cards we're going to see maybe going forward? Just they're not filler ships, but they're not quite the what you're building your list around.
For me, it's been the pilot skill 1 ships, and I've been really impressed with these things because you're still getting those built-in ship abilities. They managed to put those onto ships so that everything from the initiative 1 all the way up to your aces are getting that ability essentially for free. I know the cost is built in, but I've had a lot of fun with the Zealous Recruit because it just gets up in there and just causes problems, and it's really hard to hit it because, 1, you don't want to shoot it because it's just an El Cheapo ship, and it's hard to hit it because at range 1 it's getting a free evade. So it's causing problems. And then I've also been trying out the Alpha Interceptor, which has push the limit double reposition built in. Now, granted, you're only an initiative 1, but that's a
good.
lot of repositioning for blocking.
Yeah.
Even like I'm going to take a focus and then boost or barrel roll. Like there's a lot there, and he just gets in your way and causes problems.
But
like,
if he's
I'm
not
really
careful
enjoying
on that, the problem with that list though is on the first engagement, if you don't think out what you're going to do, you lose 2 of them on the first pass, and you know they're paper thin.
Yeah,
I ran into that at the Gold Squadron thing, and I was fortunate enough that I killed 2 on the first pass, and the third one blew up on a rock. So yeah, I was lucky that day.
Yeah, I had Suntir Fell tonight, and I landed him in just a way that I thought I was going to get a good shot, and I didn't get the shot, and I didn't get my bullseye on one of the 3 ships that was out in front of me. I went right between 2 of them, and sitting at range 2 of Luke, who has his force charges, and he just fired at me, blanked out on my evades, poof, Suntir's dead. Like, just one moment of just green dice failing you, and without auto thrusters, I mean, they're going to. So, like, yeah, so those little paper thin ships suck because green dice are bastards.
Yes, they are.
If you all get the chance, watch the top 13 match on Gold Squadron from Coruscant. There are 14 ships on the board with Blair Bunky with 6 Z98s and a U-wing, and William Hagwood with 3 tugs, 2 Z95s,
Andrea.
An escape craft, and the Y-wing.
Drea.
Yeah, Drea.
That's fantastic.
It's a cluster. It's a huge cluster.
Just want to mention the Space Ninja Pirate in the chat said he was surprised on how wholesome the Coruscant lists were in general. Just in general, it just seemed like everyone took this opportunity to build some fun lists or just kind of test out the extent of 2.0.
It was a lot of fun to Tyler was actually taking some time out of his day to let me know what was going on, and I really appreciated it.
Yeah.
And I have to give a shout out to Josh Holt over one of the crates. He flew Luke, Sabine, and Nora in an arc, and he had so many points left over that he didn't know what to do with. He put Luke Gunner on Nora, which, if you're paying attention, does literally nothing and costs 30 points. He did it on purpose just to screw over Dion's over-under betting.
Oh my God.
That's fantastic.
And he made day 2 with that.
What?
Yeah, with 30 points of nothing.
Well, I guess is it a bad thing that you're adding 30 points to a ship that maybe is going to be the last ship of the game? Think about it. If you're kind of on that points fence, you're like, that's 30 points right there that got me over the edge. I wonder how many times that happened to him.
I would still rather leave the 30 points out in the ether of the bid, just so it can go on to any ship that's left over.
That's true, because if you lose that ship, you're really fucked.
Yeah. Nora goes down quick when she's not range 1 of things, and she goes down super quick when she's range 1 of all the things.
Mark, in your 2.0 days so far, do you have any wild card ships that you that aren't your foundation of your list, but that you found kind of fit everywhere?
Silly me, a Gold Squadron Y-wing with an ion cannon. Yeah, you plug him in there. The cost is right, and if you've got a little extra, you can throw photon torpedoes on there too. And
whoa, did you say photon? Get out of here, you Trekkie!
Sorry. Oh, go drink your daiquiri.
I'm out at daiquiris.
But you can load on a P toward God. Great. Quit presenting yourself. It's it's just a good solid 8 health ship that somebody's got to take time to plow through.
Yeah.
While your X-Wings are out doing what X-Wings do.
Yep.
Just in my couple of games that I've had, I've been playing a lot of Boba Fett IG-88C. And I've found out, I know the IG-88s are 70 points right off the bat. And the crew, to put them on someone else, it's a little steep, but those abilities are fantastic. The boost and get the evade token, very, very good. Paired up with Juke, I use it almost all the time. The other one is, I can't remember what it is, but it's the one that allows you to pass calculate tokens. And pretty much anytime you calculate, you gain another calculate with the IG-88s. And so you have 2 calculate tokens that you can just throw around to whoever is going to get boned pretty hard. And it is a, I mean, what I would consider a wild card ship. I wouldn't build a list around that, but 70 points with the IG-88, whatever one you want to use, the title, and then you have to take a crew on somebody else to get the ability to pass. But it's been a pretty good little ship, and it's an assault fighter, and they don't go down very fast, and they've got a great dial. But the ones that I've really liked are A and C right now. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, thank you, Pinto. IG-88A is the one that allows you to pass the tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely, extremely good ships. So they cost a little bit. I don't know if they fall into that wild card, but for me, Scum has enough cheap ships that I think you could just put him in there and then just have him be a support ship. Or, I mean, just for those abilities alone, they're pretty good. So, moving on to our final Coruscant bullet point. I believe this one goes over to Chico, and he has some comments.
So I've been known in the past to kind of get a little shitty about FFG and their judge treatment sometimes.
No.
Yeah, right. But I wanted to give them a shout out for Coruscant. I was talking to some of the judges there, particularly Brent Wong, my boy. And they hooked up the judges quite a bit. So I'm very impressed. Hopefully it sparks a turning point of judges being appreciated more and given their due for how much preparation these guys put in and how much time they spend and resources to go to these events and not play a game that they love. So shout out to FFG for hooking up their Coruscant judges. I'm really impressed. So good work, guys. And Coach disappeared. So I think this is a good time to go to commercial. What do you say, guys?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to go to commercial and we'll be back in a minute with talk about some First Order. So see you in a little bit.
And show and tell.
What the hell? I figured you were going to go on like a fucking 15-minute rant or something.
Nope.
I was like, I got some time.
No, they really hooked up the judges. They were told at the beginning, you know, and this is pretty boilerplate of judges get anything non-acrylic. So going into Coruscant, I would expect to get the cards that were available and maybe a t-shirt. But from what I heard, they got 2 of all the cards, the t-shirt, the acrylic calculate tokens, the template holder, the mat. They got hooked up, which is awesome because I mean,
got show and tell.
Yeah, these judges going to events, especially the big ones. I mean, Like I don't want to humble brag myself, but like Brent and Ian, those guys go and judge freaking everything. I kind of judge out of opportunity to go to events that I couldn't go to otherwise. And these guys go to a whole bunch of events, and we put in crazy amounts of preparation, talking to each other, talking to FFG staff, whoever the marshals are going to be, talking to the community, trying to figure out what the issues are going to be, what problems we're going to run into, making sure we know the rules and going into this. And then you get there a day before everybody else, or the day of everybody else, and you're staying through the entire event. Brent's not even home yet. He's still driving home, and
I have his personal phone number.
so yeah, these guys, we put in a whole shit ton of work, and when you go to an event and come home and you're like, I got a fucking card. What the shit? It's like, I was judging day 2 and didn't get anything from day 2. I judged all the way to the championship event, and it's like, I'm not expecting to go home with a replica of the trophy, but it's like, fuck, dude, knowing how much effort these guys put in, they deserve some credit for all that effort. So make sure you thank your judges, and I'm glad FFG is as well.
2 out of 3 of them at Worlds. Well, thank you. 2 out of 3.
That should be our next stickers.
Which is part of an argument I've heard from some people that it should be like a time dedication kind of thing. So some of these guys that like me, Ian, Brent, Michael Juras, the Longies, a lot of these guys that I've worked with, a whole bunch of those guys over in Europe that don't get enough credit for running those massive like 400 or 500 person events.
Our personal own Nick Bond,
yeah,
003.5.
Those guys, like they've dedicated themselves to judging and have done so many events that they should start hitting those like upper tiers of thank you guys, because a lot of us who do those bigger events look at like regionals judges and it's like, motherfucker, you're getting the dice and the templates, holy shit. And then we're up there getting like cards and begging on our knees for like the acrylic tokens. So like there have been times in the past where I walk away from events and I'm like, motherfucker, it's like, oh, why did I bother? I bet I could have played and placed higher and gotten better stuff than I did. Which, I mean, that kind of goes into, me, I'm more of a player that judges out of necessity sometimes. And like Ian and Brent are these guys that they love judging. They just do that. So as much as I talk about judging, I'd much rather be playing. So like this year, I'm dedicating myself more to playing. I've never played anything above a regional, and that is changing this year. I'm going to play like every fucking thing I can above a regional. So sorry, you won't see me judging there because I'm gonna be doing that.
Just want to show you all,
and I'm fucking excited for it.
I am keeping timestamps.
Oh,
right.
I'm not.
I can grow as a person.
Gordon would be proud of you.
Right, I know. That's what I started. 2 things I want to make. I want to make shirts that says Gordon would be proud of me, and I want to make stickers that have the OCX logo and says "Thank your judge" or "Thank your judges." I think that would be fun for Gen Con.
Oh my gosh, I had an idea for an alt art.
Throw it on us, or is this a private thing?
Well, give me a minute to like put it together.
I got nothing on the. Oh, Kyle, you gotta get some games, man, so you can jump in here. Fuck.
Yeah. So,
all right. Good night, Kyle.
Good night.
What? You're going to bed?
He's got to go to bed so he can actually come to the store tomorrow and play some freaking games.
Yeah, if I stay up too damn late, I will be so damn tired when I go to the store.
We have been cutting this thing off at like 11:30 most of the time. Like we don't go till 1 a.m. anymore.
That's still 5 hours of sleep. It's still brutal. So if I go to bed now, I'll get about 7, which is perfect. So
fine. If you're not at the store tomorrow, holy hell!
I am gonna pack up my stuff right now so I can put it in my truck.
Shit, raining down.
It's not. I'll be there, so there'll be no shit.
The OCX on top. I have to currently right now, and I am organizing the battle for Iowa. So between OCX and Des Moines X-Wing. So right now we're trying to figure that one. That's just going to be a day thing. The OCX on top, we're going to try to make a whole like weekend event. But it's looking trying to find a fucking venue for this shit is tough, even in Iowa, in the middle of winter. Like it's difficult.
Well, there's no corn in the field.
I know, right? Nobody's getting married in February, and if you are, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. No, there's a couple of hotels in Cedar Rapids that I've been looking at and trying to call. I called one and asked around for like what they have for free dates, and they were booked. So there's another one. I think it's a Holiday Inn or a Marriott or something like that I'm going to call. So I'm going to try to get it done this year, hopefully.
Okay, so give me a second and present. Here is the alt art I want to do for Wedge. Big fucking award ceremony, and that poor motherfucker is just off stage right.
Yeah,
I think that would be wonderful.
Right. I'm in. I'm totally in on that.
Why is Chewbacca goosing
like put his stats over here? Yep. I mean, you got just like you're just, you know, 1 attack dice, 2 defense, 4 hull, 2 shields, some stupid stuff for his ability. Just Wedge, the unawarded.
I am 100% in on that one. That's pretty good. I like that a lot. Oh, we got to get that going.
There, I'm not presenting anymore, right? Sorry.
Since we're still in a commercial, I'm going to get another beer.
Yep, I got to do that too.
Wow, you guys are left with me.
Have fun with that.
Yeah. So what I first of all want to say is, if anyone listening right now, this is kind of a commercial only special. If anyone is running an event in the future, I have extra Tyrannic Hulda cards. Now I don't want to give them all out. I'm still saving for future Patreons, but I have probably enough that I could donate a couple for some top 4s of some tournaments. So if anyone has a tournament, they want some extra swag to get some extra people in there, PM me or Facebook message me or something like that, and I will send you some Tyrannic Hulda cards. If you don't know what the Tyrannic Hulda cards look like, this is what they look like. This is the front. This is a OCX, our first official. Well, no, not our first official. This is our first official 2.0 alt art card. So, can I just hoard them for myself? I'd rather you don't. But I guess if you really want to, I don't know. They're a Patreon thing. But I want to help out, grow the game, and I think they're a pretty cool prize. So, like I said, I'm only going to give out like 4 per tournament for a top 4 kind of a thing. So, if you are running a tournament, please, like, I'm not going to track you down and make sure you're running this tournament and take freaking, you know, whatever. But
we have people to do that.
Yes. I'll follow up on you. But,
all right, punks.
No, if you got a tournament and you need some extra swag, and you're legit gonna give it out as swag, just hit me up and I will send you some Tyrannic Hulda cards. So
Hey, I'm excited. Bruno messaged me today. He's gotten my templates done, and he threw some swag in the bag that he's sending back to me.
Don't get too
Yay.
excited. It's all in French. Yes. No, that's awesome.
I have a translator.
I didn't even think about this, but sending those templates out to the Patreons and like they started doodling with like alternate art paint jobs on them. Holy crap, do those look way better than just the blue. I think Pinto did his up with he like has all the X-wings in white in the center. I'm like, first of all, man, I'm glad.
And what?
So I think Pinto sent a picture of his templates that he got. And instead of like the blue, like he personally went through and painted like the X-wings in the center logo.
Oh, yeah.
White. And then he did the numbers white.
Yeah.
And then he did like every other letter.
Just like a few highlights of white. I was really impressed by that.
Mark Ventham did the same thing. And he's like, I just touched them up a little bit. And man, do they look fantastic.
Yeah, they do.
So fuck me painting them. You guys can paint them. Now that I know.
So if you guys want like a really nice girly drink, first of all, you have to get like the most fancy ass shot glass you can. And then this stuff right here. You've never seen this?
Oh,
tequila rose.
Oh,
like it's only like 15%, but it is basically strawberry quick. Like just with a little bit of tequila in it. It's just super pink and
don't be giving Luke fucking ideas.
Fucking delightful.
don't give Luke ideas. Come on. I'm already drinking Francesca box wine for one episode.
All right, time for beer.
All right. I'm gonna head out for just a second, and then we will get back. So,
I have show and tell.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know.
Seriously, that's some good shit. If you got some girls coming over, and yeah, that is a panty dropper bottle right there.
Woo! Jeez. I remember back then. I think. Maybe.
I'll reserve any jokes my brain is thinking right now. So do you think like Wedge got a front row seat in all the in all that bullshit?
No. Why would he? He's the only best only the best pilot they have.
No, I'm pretty sure, and I quote Luke Skywalker, "You're no good back there." Evidently, he's decent in open space. You stick him in a trench, and he's just trash.
What was it? Independence Day, where it had the guy flying the fighter through the canyon, and he smacked it into the wall. So then Will Smith flew through the same canyon to wreck the alien.
Yep.
Okay.
That was a good movie. American movie.
American. Actually, I had notes, and I think they're out in the truck, but called America, Get Better at X-Wing.
Nice.
I also have an apology for Gordon, and I really not.
We don't apologize to Gordon on this podcast, so get it done during the commercial break.
We don't apologize to Gordon anymore. For one, Chico, definitely know the jokes that are in your head because I had them too. Number 3, why would he get an award for bailing out and getting hit by Darth Vader? I mean, come on. If he's the best pilot in the galaxy, do a barrel roll. That's a good trick.
Now he can.
Now, granted, I just got done reading From a Certain Point of View, which is the book that has a whole bunch of short stories going through A New Hope from the point of view of other people. And one of them was was Biggs. I don't think they did a Wedge one. I think it was just Biggs, and they mentioned some Wedge portions in there, and they were talking about how they were so short on ships that that Wedge had to fly one that was like basically just busted as shit, and he was like, "Fuck it, we need ships up there," and it was amazing that he held it together as much as he did. So just trying to make him not look like an idiot, which, you know, fine, whatever. I like Wedge. I give him a lot of shit, but let's be honest, the Star Wars movies are about Wedge. Because first movie, you know, he pussies out of the trench. You know, he helps out some people, but you know, he cops out and he's gone. And then next movie, you know, he's wrapping himself around some AT-ATs, complimenting his gunner, going, "Wow, we can really do this." And then he gets on to the second Death Star battle at Endor, and he takes the whole motherfucker down. So it's just showing just how much he grows, like, through all that. And then you read the Rogue Squadron books, and he goes right in, and he's freaking damn near an admiral. So I mean, those movies are about Wedge. He just happened to suck in the first movie.
Wedge Antilles has a better character arc than Rey.
So far.
So far. Shit, I just had... I want to do a quick survey in the chat right now. But I forgot the fucking question.
Who's going to win the paint off? Type 1 for Luke.
No.
Don't bother for Coach.
And while they're looking at their dials, let's talk about how many Patreons we can get.
Son of a bitch. What? It's gone. It's fucking gone. Oh, no. Okay, I remember. Okay. Don't fucking forget whatever Chico says. We're gonna do a little pause. Okay.
There's no
gotta
pause.
wait for it to catch up. 9. Okay. 3 question mark. Fuck off, Mark. God damn it. Okay. So I need a 1 if you like the podcast to come out on Friday. I need a 2 if you like the podcast to come on Saturday or Sunday. Do you like it before the weekend or during the weekend?
Coach. Yeah. None of these people listen to the audio version of the podcast.
I know they're watching us right now.
None of these people. Like they don't fucking care.
All right. I tell you what. After the commercial,
if you're at home listening or in your car, hold up 1 finger if you would like it to come out on Friday. Hold up 2 fingers.
That's like what I was gonna do. We're gonna come back for commercial,
and Coach, none of them are gonna hear it anyways because it's commercial break.
I know. But when we come back from commercial break, I'm gonna go do. Was this how I sounded like last week?
No, you were super drunk, so I gotta take this and let's do some voice meter magic to do the coach voice.
This is how you were going through and talking, and it was like super mumbled, like your mouth was full of like marbles, and it just sounded wonderful. I don't know how anybody like cuts through the bullshit to get to the content.
Oh, those poor girls. Oh well, they're tough. All right, let's come out of the commercial break.
That's my coach impression.
Let's see. We are at... Wow, that was a long commercial break.
You're a long commercial break.
Out. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the OCX Radio Podcast. Thank you, commercial, for that wonderful news and something else that we don't know because we don't control the commercials. Montana does. But if you have an idea for a new commercial, please email us or let us know. We are always open to ideas, and obviously we need some new ones because we're running out, and the bank is running dry. It's I think we're all getting a little sick and tired of Chico singing Disney songs. So, although your last one was pretty good.
I mean, I can bust out like some John Denver or I don't know what who's that new fancy guy that all the kids talk about? I don't know.
Frank Sinatra.
Kanye West.
Jesus.
Frank Sinatra. The third.
I don't know if I can do some Frank Sinatra.
So what I want to do right now is for all of you listening to the podcast right now, I want you to hold up one finger. If you guys like the podcast coming out on a Friday, I want you to hold up two fingers. Doesn't matter in which order. If you want the podcast to come out over the weekend. So right now, if you're driving in traffic, I just want you to hold up a 1 or a 2 and really freak out the person driving next to you. Yeah, you can hold up the numero uno if you want and possibly get yourself into a road rage situation, but whatever. If you're listening to this next to your wife, you're like, I vote 1! And then you get slapped. It's not my fault. You chose the finger. Another quick update. I know I've been getting hit by a ton of people that want OCX shirts, baby. We hit 300 on the Facebook page, and there's a ton of people that want the new shirts. I am going to be putting up a brand new web store, hopefully by the end of this week, if not for sure by Monday. And you will be able to order your very own OCX radio t-shirt or OCX shirt. I think we're going to stick with the short sleeves. I think that was the more popular deal, and you will be able to choose between black or gray. So I think they were $20, so not too steep, and they are still the dry fit. As you can see, they're fantastic shirts. I love them. I haven't heard anything bad about them. Really? All right. You know I love hearing myself.
Is it still going?
Yeah, well, it was. It's not now.
Sorry, it was like crazy amped up volume. I just wanted to hear you while I get my shirt changed because this thing's
Look at this. I gotta fucking do 118. Chico fucks up.
Making you do more work. Get wrecked.
So anyway, the new t-shirt web store will be on the OCX Facebook page. I might blast it over to everyone else's Facebook page because fuck it, why not? I can do things like that. They haven't kicked me out yet. So one last little thing, and I know I have to do this because the professor told me that I should. I mean, he didn't tell me, but I should do it anyway. It's the Crossroads Classics, baby. This weekend. Get online, get signed up. I just heard from the professor himself that there are already up to 64 people pre-registered, which is awesome because I think what he said was this time last year they had 25. So that's crazy good. He's expecting 80 people. Let's make this bigger than that. Let's get that up to the triple digits. So you'll get your OCX t-shirts here, or you'll be able to order your OCX t-shirts and go sign up for the Crossroads Classic. Now, let's get on to the fun stuff. The First Order article dropped, and I am loving all of it.
I'll admit I'm not, so this should be fun.
This is gonna be great.
I am.
So first of all,
I'm unimpressed.
Let's move on to now. It says can't see Kylo, but he's already been kind of spoiled, right? So Kylo Ren, we all know he's a pilot skill 5. Got the focus, target lock, barrel, and boost. No linked actions. They're all white.
But he has auto thrusters.
He's got the auto thrusters.
Just like the Interceptor.
Which
means that all of these ships are going to have auto thrusters because that's the ship ability. I am almost going to bet that it's going to come down to whether you want a talent or whether you want a force power, which supernatural is really good. So that might win out. Okay, it's probably going to win out, especially with this having boost and barrel roll native, so you won't have to take the damage. But Blackout's going to be really good because they're both pilot skill 5.
Yes. Now that was crazy. That I was not seeing. I was not seeing both of them be pilot skill 5.
I was kind of expecting Kylo to be a 6 and Blackout to be a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So Kylo kind of got a punch in the dick. But Blackout is like, hell yeah. Like, but so it's going to be interesting to see how he holds up amidst the Pilot 6 nonsense.
Do we think Blackout's going to have the same type of ability?
Well, whatever ability. Like,
it's still great.
I don't think I'll show you the dark side on defending is that good. Being able to hand it out as an action, I think, is really good. Having it on defense and having to spend a force charge, that's rough. So that's
gonna hurt.
I'm skeptical about that. So whatever Blackout is, whether it's the same or different, I think will surpass Kylo's ability. So,
but think about it. You know, right away when in 1.0 when Kylo came out, we're like, the crew car is the way to go because it was just an action. But then towards the end, the Kylo pilot kind of emerged. Now,
well, only because he was an advanced sensors, push the limit, auto thrusters, PS6 or
you couldn't hit him anyway.
Whatever it was.
He was a points fortress. You were never going to kill him anyway.
Right. Yeah. He was just damn good at that. Just bouncing around and being crazy.
I think I think Kylo's going to be very good. I was super excited to see Blackout was 5 because, yay, new 2.0 alt art card. I can finally get the Blackout coach card, and it's probably going to be good. So, I'm super excited for the what the fuck are they? What's the ship called again? TIE Intercept? No, TIE Silencer. There you go. Silencer. Yeah.
Silencer, wow. FO, SF, and the shuttle. Upsilon.
Yeah. Which it's a little light for a faction, but we're seeing that I think there's enough there to make it playable.
Well, it's going to be interesting because it's sitting in a position that I think we mentioned this last episode talking about the resistance, but you're sitting there with 4 ships. They're not getting some new ship like the resistance is getting the A-wing.
The A-wing, yeah.
But frankly, they had the X-wing, the bomber, the Falcon, and now the A-wing. So that faction seems like it's got like nothing fancy.
They're going to be difficult to play. I mean, well, not
right.
difficult.
So 4 ships on each one. So what format do you put them on? If you put them into extended, you're battling with factions that have a shit ton of variety. If you put them in 2nd edition only, now you're putting people who have conversion kits into 2nd edition only, which is unfair to the new players. Right? So how do you balance that?
Something tells
me
they
don't really belong in either one.
Something tells me that they're going to deem First Order and Resistance, all of it, in 2nd edition.
That kind of hurts.
If you look at it,
some of the new people.
Second edition rebels are X-wing, Y-wing, U-wing, and am I missing something here? Is that it?
The what?
The for 2nd edition only, rebels, X-wing, Y-wing, U-wing.
Yeah,
it's only 2nd edition release ships, right?
Yep, Y-wing, X-wing, U-wing.
So and it's the same thing on the other side for the Empire. It's only TIE Advanced, TIE Fighter, and the
Reaper.
So actually, if you were going to do that, you were going to put First Order and Resistance into 2nd edition. They're actually a ship ahead.
Right, in 2nd edition.
In 2nd edition.
But now you're making it so that people who are expecting 2nd edition to be, I just joined this game, I can fly everything in this format, they now can't for these new factions.
Right, and that's one thing that FFG
which I feel like is minor.
It's a minor thing because I ran a second edition tournament and I ran an extended one, and I got positive outlooks from both. I have some new players from 2.0, and they're like, well, all I have is the core set and this, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll do a second edition tournament. Now they all went and bought 1.0 ships because I'm running a sale on them. And then they're kind of using my conversion kit because I'm trying to get them to buy the conversion kit kind of a deal.
You're a smart store owner?
So, and eventually, yes, they have. I mean, they've all pretty much bought the conversion kits that they wanted. But because they went to the extended tournament, they're like, oh, I want to play with all this stuff. So I think the First Order and the Resistance is going to kind of fall into maybe one and both, if that makes sense. There'll be both second edition and extended. Might not be so good in extended, but they'll be fine in second edition kind of a deal.
Yeah, and we'll see where it goes because we've got that new TV show that just came out. And like looking at that TV show, and I've heard some really weird reviews from it.
Yeah, it's not great, see. Or it's not. It's all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not what Rebels was, where people of our age can super enjoy it.
Yeah,
the super hardcore, 30-something years old Star Wars fans are having trouble looking at it and going, "Yeah, Star Wars." No, you need to be like
pre-pubescent going,
"Yeah, Star Wars."
No,
I
guarantee you when that freaking First Order Interceptor comes out, yeah, baby.
Right. I mean, those look neat.
And the T-85s, some people are saying the T-85s look like shit. I think they look kind of cool. I don't know.
It's an X-Wing with a little more flair.
It screams station wagon Woody paint job to me, but
my problem is looking at these and seeing where they're going to be something unique for the faction. I feel like they're going to try to shoehorn the T-85 into more of like a Kimogila style thing.
Yes,
but it's not. It doesn't look big enough to throw on a medium base.
Well, we haven't seen it compared to anything else.
Okay, I mean, I haven't seen.
It looks bigger. I mean, if you
I'm just looking at an X-wing as an X-wing.
Right. No, this looks bigger.
Who knows?
It does look bigger.
And then they've got a bajillion of those little racer ships that I don't.
Shit, Tommy, fuck you. You know what? Disney is watching this show. Did you not? Tommy just said the T-85 is fucking OCX colors.
I hope they're not watching this show. Let's be honest.
Wait, no, but seriously, it'll be like pre-painted OCX already when they come out with them. We don't even have to paint them.
Yeah,
already done.
So, and then the Interceptor just looks like, okay, it's a little nimble ship. That's what we have the silencer for, right? We're not seeing something where they're throwing a new like chunk in there of oh, here's like a bomber style thing or your heavy ship. So we'll see how they incorporate things like that, or if the TV show reveals more, because I'm sure we'll start getting stuff from it. Sure, great. I'm okay with that.
Well, like Stan Ontopsky said in the chat, it might become the new Interceptor, might be the new TIE Defender for the First Order. Which,
because I mean, it looks a little
a 5 white K.
Did they actually call it an Interceptor in the show?
I don't think so, but I can't believe why they would call it anything else.
Well, because it's got a little bit different flair, and if you look in the old legend stuff, they had a different name for every fucking TIE fighter.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, it'll be the TIE Interceptor FZ or something like that. Just like the A-wing. It's the RZ2 or something like that. Which
segue, motherfucker. Look, FFG. A-Wing starts with an A. Z95 starts with a Z. Y-Wing starts with a Y, not a B. A Y. Not a B.
Wait till then. Just wait till
Stop
them
it.
V-Wings come out.
Just
Where
stop
can I-
it.
where can
Stop
I
trying to
find
make
these-
it alphabetical with your
Where can I-
bullshit.
Where can I find these pictures of the T85?
Probably Google T85
All right.
and then type in Resistance TV show,
Oh, okay.
and then hit the images. And
Is that on Disney or where's
yeah,
that at?
well, it was, first of all, they only gave us like one little image of it, but then they came out with like another. It's called Google. Mad Medic's calling your shit out.
What's the TV show called?
Resistance. Star Wars Resistance. They came out with another, like a promo, and it was pretty much only T85 versus this Interceptor. There was a bunch of new cutscenes from it, and it gave you a lot better look at what's coming out. So, but anyway, I'm going on with the show notes.
Hey, Coach, where in alphabetical order does Falcon come in?
Why?
No, M. M for modified.
Oh, modified.
That's
Fuck.
stupid.
Are
So
you
stupid.
kidding me? God damn it.
All hail the app.
Nothing like literal translation of an alphabet.
Right.
All
my
hail
God.
the app.
Thanks, Poland.
Let's wait till the end of the first order, then we'll get to the app.
All right. All right. Back into it. Where are we at now?
So what I wanted to get so Special Forces Gunner was if you zoom in real close, like this gorgeous picture I have on my show notes says,
You're welcome.
while you perform a primary forward attack, your turret is in your. So I'm assuming while you.
Okay, this is just bust out your old TIE-SF title, and this is what it is.
That's what it is. Okay.
If you're firing out the front and you're pointing out the front, you can roll an additional attack die.
Good.
If you're performing like after you perform a front attack, but your turret is in your back, you may perform a bonus primary attack. So if you're pointing out the front, you can do the double, or if you're pointing out the back, you can do the double tap, or you can just do out the front and have the additional. The only difference is you have to plan ahead and have your turret arc pointing at the
Let me ask you a question. Could this card come into play later on? Do you think is it going to be a TIE-SF only, or is it going to be just a First Order only? And the minute they come out with a turret ship, I mean, it's going to act the same, but you're giving the Special Forces tied to another ship.
I'm guessing they're going to shoehorn it into
SF. All right.
Because
that makes
that is
sense.
so specific to the SF.
Yeah,
it says Special Forces Gunner.
It's pretty specific. Captain Phasma is Mara Jade.
Yeah, because they had to get rid of Mara Jade because she's in Legends, even though we all love her and her purple lightsaber and her little budding relationship with Luke.
Yeah,
but
oh well, that didn't happen.
Yeah, so
sorry, fanboys. I weep with you.
So they took Captain Phasma, and just like in the movies, she's going to be mediocre.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people were kind of making the case that in the days of not easy stress control, she's an easy stress control kind of a thing, but
right. I think she'll have a moment in this game because in first edition, we had the problem with turrets where they would all fly to the outside and strafe you. And there were so many turrets that's what happened.
Go ahead, Mark.
No problem at all with that.
Yeah, right.
Totally fine, guys.
So Captain Phasma likes it when you're just jamming list at each other. And that's happening a lot more where you're getting that scrum in the center. And if you have your Captain Phasma right in the middle, she's just dropping stress like crazy. So could have a chance there.
I'm thinking it's if you have a crew slot open, I don't think she's going to be very expensive. She's definitely worth taking.
I would put it at 5 or 6 points.
Which is not bad. That's not bad.
No.
That's a decent crew. Petty Officer Thanison. Now, this one is interesting. She basically reads during the activation or engagement phase. I like that wording. That's an either or. During the activation or engagement, after an enemy ship in your forward firing arc at range 0 to 1 gains a red or orange token. If you're not stressed, you may gain 1 stress token. If you do, that ship gains 1 additional token of the type that it gained.
Yeah, so you're looking at stress, jam, ion, all that stuff is like, oh, you got one of those? I'm going to take a stress. You get another. So
now let's look at the orange token. It's jam, it's tractor, and it's ion, right?
Yes.
Those are the big 3.
I don't think target lock counts.
That's not an orange token. Target lock's a red token.
Well, it says red or orange. Right?
I'm waiting for the riffraff to go through. I don't know if the target lock is a red token.
Lock doesn't look like it specifies.
I don't think you could gain another target lock of the same type, though, because that would require you to have a lock on the other side. So I'm going to go with no.
That one would be weird.
Right.
But I feel like what it's meant for is jam, stress, ion.
But not even tractor, because once you have a tractor, you can't gain more tractor tokens, right?
Yeah, you can.
Because
Because
it doesn't reduce your
there's two
agility
different
anymore.
things. So once you have 1 token, your agilities drop by 1. Once you have tokens equal to your size number thing, 1, 2, or 3, small, medium, large, you can move them.
That's where I was getting to with her, is that she is more of a medium to large base counter. Right? Because think about it. Ion, if I put 1 eye on it, it doesn't do anything. If I put 2, if it's a medium base, boom. Now it's ion.
Right. Or a stress mechanic of that ace just pulled a linked action. Boom, you get a second one. And it's before I activated, so I'm just going to do a green maneuver and I don't care anyways. Right. So yeah, there's some potential there. Yeah, we'll see. I feel like it's a little situational. You're relying on these other things to happen. So you either need a mechanic for you to force those things to happen, or you're just hoping for it to magically happen. So it's pretty much limited to stress unless you're forcing it to happen.
But it also, what I'd like to point out, though, is it's during activation or engagement. So if they link an action and receive a stress, they get another stress.
Right, which I just said is like it's a really good ace stopping mechanic.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
But like somebody just mentioned in the chat, I mean, it's forward arc, range 0 to 1, very limited.
It's super limited, except for on a certain shuttle pilot that we might as well skip to. Never mind, we won't. Because that doesn't...
you're thinking of the one that only friendly affects.
Shit. Never mind.
There are, even in first edition, that guy is
That's
like,
why it's good to have the pictures, guys.
Things.
I like to have the pictures. That way I can read it before I fucking start making shit up. Okay, so Penny Officer Thanison, I'm going to give her like a 3 out of 5 stars. She could be good. She could be not. I'm going to go with... She's situational, but if it's really going to screw somebody up at that moment where they can't get screwed up.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
Next up, can we talk about General Hux?
Sure can. He's next on the list.
General Hux.
Yes.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll wait. Do you not get the Poe joke? Damn it, Coach.
Oh,
God.
I've only seen The Last Jedi 1.5 times. I'm so God damn it.
This Montana, can you edit that so it makes my joke sound like he actually got it and I was funny? Jesus.
Okay, hold on. Let me timestamp that. Okay. 140.
That's goddamn.
Chico makes jokes.
Chico makes jokes. Okay, on to General Hux.
God damn it. That would have been such good radio if I would have picked up on it. Fuck. Oh,
Okay,
anyway.
Coach, go for General Hux.
So General Hux is first order, and you have to have a coordinator.
Don't worry, I'll wait. General Hux, please. Coach, read General Hux.
While you perform a white coordinate action, treat as red. I don't know what to do.
Okay, go. I promise I won't get you this time.
Oh, all right. I think we're done.
While you perform an action,
there you go, Mark. You fucking read it.
Treat it as red. If you do, you may coordinate up to 2 additional ships of the same ship type, and each ship you coordinate must perform the same action, treating the action as red.
Right. So I don't know about this one because like here's the pieces that I don't like. Now, first of all, it's got more versatility because it's just coordinating an action and it's anything. Whereas previously it was just focus. But now it causes stress to everyone. And you're really shoehorned into a specific list type because you need an Upsilon to ferry Hux around, and you need your other ships to all be the same type. So you're basically looking at an Upsilon with like an FO swarm or maybe 2 SFs. But just thinking about that, it doesn't sound like a good list. Like, and you're saying is like, okay, I'm gonna have my other ships and I'm just gonna leave them close to this Upsilon so I can coordinate with them. But I'm missing the excitement. Do you see anything? I'm missing it.
I won't be playing it.
There you go. Shall we just sit here and talk about Y-Wings for a while?
No. I mean, you've got what? 2 choices of extra ships to bring that are of the same style. Oh yes, there are people with 2 silencers. Yes, I know that. I'm sure.
But when are your silencers both going to be close enough that the Upsilon can coordinate them? Now, somebody was saying stick it on Stridon, which Stridon's the one that lets you push your effects all the way out to range 3. But that's still kind of forcing you into that bubble of I got to stick by my support ship, and then my ship that can do basically an action and link to its auto thrusters at any time. Why do I need to be coordinated at likely a lower initiative that's going to make it red?
That's so I can get a first round win.
Yeah. Yes, you're not wrong, Mark. You are not wrong. I think the only time I ever had somebody set an Upsilon onto the table and I actually got scared was Dom Cairo, because anything Dom Cairo puts on the board is terrifying. Yeah.
when Dom does it, I just want to hard two off. You know, just let's just make this easy and go get something to drink.
Yep, I am 0-3 against him. He is my Achilles heel.
I haven't had a chance to play him yet because I'm never at that table. But
yeah, first game I played against him, 3 lambdas, and I'm like, what is this Joker bringing 3 lambdas? Crushes me. Next game I play against him, who is this Joker bringing an Upsilon and PS1 defenders? Lols. Crushes me. Next time I play against him, 3 hounds tooths. 3 of them. And I'm like, I am going to wreck him. Crushes me. I'm like, motherfucker. Anyone else flying that list, I win. Like, man. So yeah.
Wait a minute. I didn't even realize you could put 3 houndstooth teeth on the fucking board.
Oh yeah. Dom does that stuff.
Oh,
it was ridiculous, and he almost won the CAC with it that year. It was freaking crazy. So yeah, that's why I think General Hux will not amount to much unless Dom Cairo flies him.
Well, it is Dom Cairo, so
right,
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's enough of Huxy. All right, do we want to move on to the next one, or we want to save him for last?
No, I like he's next in the list. So
All
we
right.
go for Supreme Leader Snoke.
I gotta get that fucking thing on my computer. No, I don't. Actually, that would be bad. All right, Supreme Leader Snoke takes up 2 crew slots. And during the systems phase, you may choose any number of enemy ships beyond range 1. If you do, spend that many force tokens to flip each chosen ship's dial face up. Note, this is only, or well, never mind. He only has 1 reoccurring force. So, this is screening for, does the Upsilon shuttle have, I'm assuming we don't know if the Upsilon shuttle has 3 crew slots.
Right. The only thing we've ever seen with 3 crew slots is the Slaver, right?
The Decimator has 3.
Oh, Decimator. There you go. So in first edition, the Upsilon had 2.
2.
So we
Would
don't
they
know.
dare make it 3?
Yeah, who knows? Oh, wait a second. Didn't they?
I don't think they previewed any.
No,
I mean,
no. They had something in the article. Where is it? More news. New Order. Hello.
because that's a game changer. That is a big game changer. If you could put Kylo and Supreme Leader Snoke on the same ship.
So on his own, Snoke can only flip a single dial. But if he's joined by his apprentice, Kylo Ren, and they link to the crew card, his ship has an additional charge to spend.
Confirmed.
I think we just confirmed.
Confirmed. Upsilon Shuttle, 3 crew slots. Confirmed. Wow.
You heard it here first. I don't care what any other podcast said.
Wow. Wow.
So it seems like that's because they're saying right there in the article, and articles never get anything wrong. But either way, I think that's a wrong decision.
I think that's a bad decision.
If you're gonna be running Snoke, I think you do it on Kylo Ren shuttle pilot.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, once again, I'm assuming that exists because it did in the first edition. So I'm assuming that exists, and he'll have force charges.
That makes sense. All right. Now, crisis averted, everyone. Crisis. I mean, not really. But it's still allowing you to flip 2 dials.
Right, but let's be honest though. How many times have you seen one of those effects that basically takes mediocre players and makes them slightly better?
Okay.
Like that's kind of what this is, right?
Right.
Like this stuff like Intel Agent, Cassian's got a little more power because
Intel Agent didn't have any effect at all.
Like
at one
stay
point.
on target in first edition. A lot of these cards that if you were good enough to not need them, you were a good player. So they just fizzled out of the meta and you never saw them. Now Intel Agent, because of things like Jump Masters, where they could just infinitely get in your way as long as they knew where you were going, did okay, but they were super cheap. I don't see Supreme Leader Snoke, especially when you pretty much need to combo it with Kylo Ren, as being cheap. That's not going to be cheap. That combo together is going to be like 10 points at least.
But
like probably close to like 15.
Think about it this way. Barrel rolling, which was generally the way you got out of that, is very limited now. You have 3 positions you can barrel roll. And it's during the systems phase where we just mentioned that the generic pilot of the silencer is going to have pushed the limit. Now, here's the other thing. Do we know for sure if the silencer is a small base or a medium base?
Small base.
Small base.
And the reason I'm saying that is because I don't know where I heard it, but from what I heard, the silencer, like the model that we got in first edition, was not to scale with how big they made it, and they will be coming out with another one that's smaller.
Yes, I'm gonna have a Chad silencer.
Yes. Which never mind.
That's that joke's gonna come out. That's definitely happening.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. I think it's gonna be good. But basically, I'm basing this off of the fact that when we all saw Emperor Palpatine, we said 2 crew slots, 8 points or whatever he was, too expensive. No one's going to use him. And man, was everyone wrong.
Because Palpatine was dice mods. This is knowledge. This is knowledge that if you're a good player, you don't need it.
Okay, so say one day the First Order gets bombers. You can do this before. This is during the systems phase, so you can do this in any order you want. I mean, if you put Snoke on your lowest pilot skill initiative, Upsilon, you know kind of if you should place a bomb or not, right?
But if you set up on the table across from me with an Upsilon and a bomber, I'm going to say thanks for the win.
I get that. But what I'm saying is that I don't want to rule out saying that someone's not going to make this work. Someone's going to make this work. And it might catch on like wildfire, but it's only like, holy crap, he just is dominating everyone. But he's a good pilot. Like, I'm accepting the fact that you have to be a good pilot, and a good pilot can make him work.
I will bet a shot of Malort that we won't see this on like the top 4 of a tournament of greater size than like 20.
I will always bet a shot of anything on anything. So
have you ever had Malort?
I never even heard of it.
Like when I take Malort, I chase it with a spoonful of chocolate frosting.
It cannot be as bad as the bar towel.
Okay. It
can't. No.
It's close, though.
From personal experience, it's not as bad.
Depends upon the bar and the time of the night.
This is 20-year-old coach working bar back at a college bar. Believe me.
For those of you who don't know, it's usually a free drink, and they take the towel at the bar, they wipe down the bar, and they squeeze it into a shot glass.
No, this is after the night of the bar towel being used.
Okay, yeah.
Like, believe me, you don't know what's in there.
Right.
You don't know what they wiped up.
But when I get a shot of Malort, I know what's in there. And
All
it's
right.
bad.
I will.
You Chicago people are weird.
Gen Con, if he hasn't been in the top 4, no, fuck that. Top 8. If he makes a top 8, then it's a Malort shot. Deal?
It's got to be a sufficiently sized tournament.
Okay.
I'm not going top 8 at your freaking
hyperspace trial and above. Hyperspace trial and above.
8-person thing.
Nope. Hyperspace trial and above.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Top 4. I'll give you top 4.
Just fucking not going to happen.
There you go, everyone. I have a mission. Ontopsky has a mission. And if anyone can do it, Ontopsky can do it.
Oh yeah, okay. Mad Medic said if somebody brought Luke Gunner for no reason, I'll bring Snoop just to...
Oh, I love it. Okay, moving on. Kylo Ren, crew card. 1 crew, 1 reoccurring force. Action, choose 1 enemy ship, range 1 to 3. If you do, spend 1 force token, assign the I'll show you the dark side condition to that ship.
Which conveniently, they did not give us the I'll show you the dark side condition.
Yes.
So we have to assume it works about the same, but because they probably don't want the infamous Tyler Tippett, ruining people's days. Again with this card, I imagine I'll show you the dark side will be slightly different. I don't know, but I would be surprised if it was the double round haha you can't shoot. But then again, blinded pilot is different, so who knows?
It is different. I'm gonna go with. It's a little different because you have to spend a force charge.
Right.
So I guess you're getting something. I mean, before it was an action, but everyone pushed the limit on it and you're getting fucking 2 actions anyway. This one is actions are in short order. So you are spending a precious action to do this. And you're spending a force. So that's a pretty big price. So we got to see what the I'll show you the dark side is. I think it's actually going to be search the damage deck. I don't think it's going to be a pilot or anything. I think it's just going to be like, I'm going to fuck your shit up. You're getting fuel leak, motherfucker.
Nah.
But that's just me because it is super detrimental to you to do this. You've got to get some payout out of it. So it's an action and a force. And that's crazy, crazy tough, especially in 2.0. So we'll know when we see the condition card. That's basically what it is. Moving on, we got hyperspace tracking data. Interesting. This is First Order, large ship only, which I find interesting. Setup, before placing forces, you may choose number between 0 and 6. Treat your initiative as a chosen value during setup. After setup, assign 1 focus or evade token to each friendly ship at range 0 to 2. So this is basically, what was it? Hyperwave comms something?
Yeah.
It wasn't the same name. It was something else.
The only reason you ever brought it was to prime your two
defenders.
Your tech cards that could hold on to a focus or an evade.
Oh, see, I've seen it run where it was 2 defenders and this guy, and the defenders go 5 straight, and all of a sudden, boom! When you paired it up with a guy who can, you can set up your forces beyond our range 2.
Right.
That way, your defenders had focuses, evades, and target locks. And they're already in engagement. Yeah, that's where I saw it at. Thank God.
It just feels like a gimmick. And if your opponent sees the gimmick and goes, cool, I'm just not going to let you do that. then what do you have left? You've wasted so many points on an initial moment gimmick.
It is a total gimmick, unless you're running something like a crazy weird FO swarm and they have a 5 straight, then you pair it up. But even then, I think in the diagram they showed, they had what, 4 FOs? When you pair it up with Major Strident, which is the next card, it seems like these two you have to take these two together. While you coordinate a resolve effect of one of your upgrades, you may treat friendly ships at range 2 to 3 as being range 0 or 1. And after setup, so you can't do Strident's ability without having hyperspace tracking data and give your line of FOs a focus or whatever. I think that was the diagram they showed in the article, where it was Strident, and then it was a bunch of FOs lined up, and they're like, with hyperspace tracking data, you can give them all focus tokens. Now, is that saying you can put 4 FOs in Major Strident in the list? I don't know. Maybe.
And if you could, would it be any good?
Would it be any good? Probably not. Probably not. Especially when you can't place those FO. You're placing those FO forces at whatever. Anyway, I think this is a gimmick card. I don't think it has any relevance in a major meta. I think it's just one of those that somebody might bring to just fuck up your day. It might be that one card that ruins your one list, and that was it. On the reverse side, I think Major Strident is going to have a place in the First Order kind of meta-ish. It's a super good card, especially with their linked battery ability built into the Upsilon shuttle.
Yeah, if it didn't say friendly ships, if you could do like mean abilities,
I know,
friendly, it'd be so good. It's like range 3 Mara Jade, or I mean Captain Phasma. I'm sorry. But
it allows you to coordinate at range 3. That's what it does. While you coordinate or resolve the effect of one of your upgrades, treat the friendly ships at range 2 to 3 as being range 1 to 0. You can't coordinate out to 3. That's a big deal. That's a whole nother big bubble of coordinating to whoever, especially maybe a silencer who really wants that boost barrel roll target lock.
Because we saw that so abused in first edition.
I know, but that's first edition. You can't relate first edition and second edition because
I can, because it's the same ability and I don't see it happening.
But you like here, you're getting that reposition and a focus target lock with a silencer. That's the money. That is every pilot's dream right there. One reposition, a focus and a target lock. This guy lets you do that. Now, is it a bunch of points and a silencer and that's all you get? Well, maybe it is. But we have to see until the points come out. We don't know. Maybe.
Oh, we said it. We said it.
Hey, who knows? Coordinating range 3 to quick draw, that could be pretty fucking powerful. So I don't know if you can fit quick draw, Major Strident, and a silencer blocker in one list. That could be a pretty good list. Pretty good list, I think.
You know, Coach, the problem with having this guy, like being able to coordinate all the way out to range 3, you know, Kylo, if you watch the movie, he's constantly trying to go out further than his ships can cover him. So they have to call him back.
You got to stop reading Patrick.
It was so perfect. It was good.
But we can't cover Kylo at that range.
Yeah. Even though he was obliterating that ship. Damn near killed Mary Poppins.
He was doing just fine.
Right. Like, why not just let him do his thing? He just killed all of their snub fighters.
Okay, so the last pilot we have in the article is Lieutenant Dormans. He's in Initiative 2. And he has setup After you're placed, other friendly ships can be placed anywhere in the play area at range 0 to 2 of you. So basically the same thing as he was before. It's a
He's
gimmick.
already overpriced. Down.
Down. Just don't even. Well, I would say the only reason you would take him is if there isn't a generic. But there's got to be a generic. I mean, I don't think they would. There's got to be a generic Upsilon shuttle that's a pilot skill or a initiative 1.
Make him like 12 points. I might consider taking him.
If there's not, he's the lowest pilot skill you can get, which means you're going to take him because you want to do that coordinate action at a low pilot skill.
I'd be surprised if they didn't have a generic. All these
There's
things
gotta be
have
a
to have
generic.
generics.
There's got to be a generic out there. I agree. So things missing out. Kylo Ren shuttle. I'll show you the dark side. There's a bunch of stuff. Quick draw. We don't know what quick draw. I mean, I'm sure quick draw is the same thing, but probably worded a little different. But overall, I think the First Order is going to look a lot like what the First Order already looked like. What do you think, Mark?
Nothing that I would play naturally, but I don't see anything that really jumps out that concerns me. When I see an Upsilon shuttle on the board, I'm thinking that's my first win of the day.
Except when you see 2 of them and Major Yor in the corner. They don't.
Yeah.
Well, that's Don Cairo.
That's cheating now. That's cheating.
I know that's cheating now. It's not malicious.
Now, I'm looking forward to the Resistance, and I know they only have 4 ships too, but I'm sure I can figure something out there, and I'm sure the First Order guys are going to work their magic with quick draw and all of that fun stuff.
Right. Do we know what quick draw does yet? I mean,
No.
that's kind of the boogeyman here. The quick draw.
The TIE SF, they've kept hidden. Nobody knows what
like
the TIE
quick draw and Kylo were the big boogeymen of these ships that are available. We know what Kylo does. He's about the same. They dropped him down from a 6 to a 5, so he's not the maximum pilot skill. So we gotta kind of we look at that and we're like, okay, that's slightly nerfed. I can't imagine quick draw is going to be as good as quick draw was.
I think quick draw is going to be as good as quick draw is. I really do. I think
something in this kit has to be that good, because what I'm looking at is so mediocre. The only reason I'm going to buy it is because I'm a sucker and I buy everything they put out.
I think the TIE SFs are going to be crazy good. And like the chat's just saying, no, we have not talked about lockdown.
In midnight.
Lockdown.
Don't succumb to that Minoc terminology.
That's right. You're right, Chico. Fuck those guys.
Omega leader.
Stupid elitist asshole attitudes. It's midnight. Deal with it, Minoc. Deal with it.
Go suck on a power cable.
I think midnight is gonna be the boss, like Omega Leader was. I don't think they can make it better, but unless they, Jesus, I don't know. It could be crazy. Fuck.
Beef.
Midnight could be just ridiculously good, and I like the way that they teased us, but yet didn't give us the best 2 pilots of the First Order.
No. We have what Midnight does.
Oh, is it the same?
So I just pulled up the 2nd edition wiki, which I don't think that website gets as much credit as it should. It says, while you defend or perform an attack, if you have a lock on the enemy ship, that ship's dice cannot be modified. Now, the only slight nerf of that is you can't just staple juke on there because even you can't modify them. No one can modify them. All of those questions is like, well, what if Omega Leader's shooting at him? Is the effect coming from that ship or from another ship? It's like, no, cannot be modified.
Wait, read that one more
time. Second Amendment shall not be infringed.
Okay, so she got nerfed in the fact that she can't modify her dice when attacking the ship that she has locked.
No. The one she has locked. While you defend or perform an attack, if you have a lock on the enemy ship, that ship's dice cannot be modified. Their attack dice cannot be modified. Their defense dice cannot be modified. You drop them out of your hand and let physics take over.
I needed one more reading where you can't modify their defense dice. Okay, I got you.
No one can.
No, that's what Juke does. It modifies their defense dice, and if they're locked, okay. Still, she's gonna be good. Oh, she's gonna be good.
Well, but she doesn't have that juke ability. Juke really made her good.
Juke made her good, but I'm sorry. Fuck you, Vader. Midnight's coming. Because, man, does Vader really need to be able to modify his dice.
An Omega Leader is Initiative 6. So, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Great.
And we do know that Quick Draw is 6 too, don't we? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, we don't. The freaking Major Stride in your stupid base covers the whole thing up. Okay.
Well, there is no information for Quick Draw.
I'm going to go with yes on 6 because that will be their only 2/6 pilots. They have nobody else. If Kylo wasn't a 6, Quick Draw has to be a 6. And Quick Draw to 6? Oh, that's going to be good. That's going to be fun for everyone, especially this guy.
Yeah, who knows on that one?
Okay. That is it for the First Order preview, everyone. I think we did a pretty good job. I like to pat myself on the back. I'm still speaking in coherent sentences. No cursive tonight. Sorry, guys. That's what happens when I only drink 1 6-pack. So, but man, is it early.
Well, I have something.
All right. Do I need to present you for this?
Yes, I do.
Man, is it early? It's midnight. It's midnight for me.
All right. 20 minutes.
So apparently at Coruscant, they made a lot of extra of the VIP packages and made them open for sale. And my son decided to pick a setup for me, which included this. Can you see it okay?
Yeah, that's a sweet template holder. You got to take it out of the bag if you really want us to see it well, though.
Oh, geez.
Oh, no, if you take your toys out of the packaging, they lose their value instantly.
They lose their value, and you don't get your, you get your fingerprints all over them. But here's the template holder from Coruscant.
Very nice.
And then the T-shirt that came out.
Yeah, I'm a huge Boba Fett fan, so I'm a little jealous of that T-shirt.
So, and this is the thing that I thought was very cool. They this is the playmat.
So that's a standard 3x3 playmat.
It feels a little bit bigger. I mean,
all right. Personally, I'm not a fan because it's so busy. Like I get it; it's like a commemorative thing. Well, but if I have a playmat, I don't want it to be so busy.
Tyler said that it was basically they put it out so that people could sign them.
Yeah, that's become a really popular thing now. Is like signing damaged decks or mats and stuff like that. And
so, yeah, I was surprised when I took Kiba the Wonder Dog home. He had that waiting for me. So I have to take back all the really horrible things I've said about my son and the hero of the empire.
You don't have to. He won't know. He doesn't listen to the show.
Well, this is true. So I asked
Tyler,
him the other day.
Shame on you.
I said, "Hey Tyler, are you still on Scum and Villainy?" He laughed. He says, "Well, yeah, on occasion."
Oh, speaking of that random ass podcast that barely puts out an episode, I did promise Ricky we'd get him on the show.
You can stop presenting me now.
No, come on.
All right.
No, I did promise we get Ricky on the show, so I might have to start working that out. I tell you what, Ricky,
Not next week though, because we're gonna have Crossroads to talk about.
No,
next
I
week.
know that. Let's do a little experiment. Nobody say anything. Ricky, if you're listening, you can be on the show in 2 weeks if you hear this message. But nobody say anything to Ricky.
Yeah. Good luck.
We'll see if he downloads this and listens. Yeah, somebody will leak the beans. Anyway, no, I like the playmat. Yeah, I'm gonna admit it's a little busy. It seems more of a showpiece or a demo kit kind of a playmat.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's gorgeous though. I love
gorgeous.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And my goal is, with the weather changing, my game room / storage pit for everything in the world is right below where my Wi-Fi is. So I've got pretty good Wi-Fi signal down in the basement, and I'm hoping to get.
We'll put that to the test.
And I want to use that for my backdrop, kind of like what you've got with the T-shirts and stuff.
And what I have with the Goldies.
Yeah. Apologies to Wolf Squadron. I'm sorry. My wife washed the T-shirt and I forgot to bring it tonight. So don't worry. The Wolf Squadron T-shirt will be up there next week.
You monster. Oh my gosh. I would love to hunt down the guy who had the Zombie Squadron T-shirt from Coruscant.
You mean the winner?
Yeah, I saw that on stream. That is an amazing, it's a rebel helmet with just zombie face.
That's
fucking
cool.
amazing looking shirt. I would love one of those.
And then the other shirts were yellow with red script across the front that said Zombie Squadron.
Speaking of also, I know I promised Simeon back at Worlds that we get him on the show, and we're gonna make that happen. I'm gonna get a hold of Simeon. We got to get him on the show. We should probably have him. Well, what time is it in fucking UK? That's breakfast. It's breakfast time for them, isn't it?
They're 6 hours ahead of us.
It's like first or second breakfast for them, so we can have a little breakfast episode. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll have Rasta. See if we can get Rasta live, and
it's like 5 o'clock in the morning over there.
Oh, they can get up for judging painting competitions. But,
well, if there's anybody painting anything.
If there's anybody, fuck off. You know what? It's going to get painted. It's going to look gorgeous. And you're all going to go, you know what? That coach, he really does know how to paint. Maybe not as good as Luke Harrington, but whatever.
I actually started looking at airbrushes and die cut, and I went, yeah, there's people out there that really know how to do this.
I mean, technically, he's kind of cheating because he has all the good equipment. I'm going the old route. I still got paints and brushes, and I'm like.
And apparently, he
went out and killed a horse and fashioned his own brush from its tail.
I got regular horse brush shit going on.
I have camel hair, but you know,
I slaughtered a beaver for mine.
I'm just happy that this beef has generated so much popularity on that thread. I'm loving the gifts, by the way, everyone. That's hilarious. I think it's a good thing. Luke and I have got something worked up that we're gonna keep this thing kind of going. So let's see. Shout outs, guys. I think we're done for major news announcements. Go sign up for the Crossroads Classics, guys, and go sign up for Tommy Adams XVT.
Yeah, and then coming up that they're starting to put it together is whatever Ryan Fleming's thing that he calls what is that?
Oh, the Outrider Cup. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
the Outrider.
Cup. Oh, did I not mention this last episode? I don't really remember the last
You said something about
hour of the last episode. If I didn't, if there's anyone willing to go on behalf of OCX, I know they kind of want to do the like gaming group kind of thing, but doesn't mean you're not OCX.
Right. The problem is you need to get 8 people from your area that want to travel to Indianapolis.
Oh, you need 8.
It's not Indianapolis.
Well, you have to have 6.
No, it's in Indianapolis.
But they usually like they say 8 so that you can have like alternates.
Alternates, yeah.
So you need to have 6, and I can get 3 super easy, but then I gotta kind of dig deep through the dredges of like the bottom tables to pull some more people to get 6.
I'm sorry, I'm not available.
Well, me, Luke, Zach Bart, Nick Ruivo, and Zach Matthews. We're all working on buying magazines and getting them shipped to our home address in West Lafayette. So if anybody has a house out there and wants some magazines, we're going to do that just so we're all from West Lafayette to build a team. He super won't see it coming. So we're working on that.
I like that team build already. Zach already has an OCX shirt. I will ship my own shirts to wherever they need to be for you guys to make that team happen.
I'm sorry, but I think we already have our own shirts.
No.
Oh, are they the Moss Isley shirts?
Oh man, we're working on that. We're getting Mos Eisley shirts.
I want one of those
for the cantina, and it's gonna say, "My friend doesn't like you. I don't like you either." But yeah, there's our shirt.
I have a cantina shirt upstairs, and it has its list of upcoming dates and Alderaan scratched out.
Yeah. Oh, for the band, the cantina band.
So what you're saying is next year, Gen Con, I need to find some Indianapolis guys, and I need to like recruit them hardcore, and I need to do some outsourcing for OCX, and next year they will represent OCX.
You can try. Hager 19 is strong though.
That's all right. That's all right. I got deep pockets.
Can I bribe them all with Patreon dollars?
Yeah, we'll bribe them with all Patreon.
Filthy dollars. Internet monies.
Shout outs, guys. Shout outs. Mark, you got any shout outs? Any? Come on. We need a Herald shout out.
Well, I need a shout out Tyler, just because he did something cool.
Speaking of Tyler, do you realize how many episodes it's been since Tyler's been on the show?
Tyler was on this show?
Tyler was like 3rd or 4th episode.
He was on
episode 5, and I think we're on like 80 something.
And by the way, we missed my anniversary of my appearance, which was episode 17, I think. That was a week before my birthday when I found out Brody and I shared the same birthday.
Really?
And so now we're probably at my year anniversary being here, because Chico and I started pretty much the same time.
Yeah, I think we're past mine.
Are we?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think you and I came on the same episode.
No, Mark, you were.
No, he had his own. I had my own episode. He had his own episode, the drunk out. And then when you got us all together, I think.
Oh, you're saying when you officially were co-hosts?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not my fucking job to keep track of this shit. You guys got to know your own. All I know is I have something very special cooked up for episode 100, and I'm not telling anyone except for the people that are going to be involved.
Box wine for everybody.
Box wine for everyone. I'm gonna Patreon ship box wine to all the Patreons.
I do want to Shout out to Nick Jones, who got married 2 weekends ago.
The Mike
Oh
Jones?
man, he's married.
Like
Nick-
the Mike
Nick-
Jones?
Nick Jones.
Mike Jones.
Oh,
Nick
Nick
Jones.
Jones.
Nick Jones, Titan
I was
Games
saying
in
Mike
Springfield.
Jones. Mike Jones will never get married. That man,
And
he's my hero.
he had the most interesting honeymoon. He and his wife paid for this honeymoon. They didn't know where they were going. They were just given a list that said, be at the airport at 3:00. You'll be given your ticket and your boarding pass there. It'll be warm. There'll be a pool on top of the roof. And they ended up in San Diego. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Holy cow.
Matthew Evans would like to know, Mark,
Jesus.
how do they get the suspenders to you? You called it out. You wanted them. They will answer. They just need to know how.
At our next event,
What's that?
I have no idea. There'll be an event coming up sometime because
I tell you what.
every time I show up at one, there they are.
I tell you what, folks. You send it to OC Games and Comics in Orange City, Iowa. I will get it to Mark. There we go.
He only lives right over there.
Oh shit! No, I want him to send him to me. That way, he's making me spend money to send him back
Although
to you.
I have to admit, I guess the Australians took me to heart halfway. They pointed out where I could get them that had a set with a matching bow tie, and I was almost in on that one.
I think we have a new Gen Con outfit for you, Mark.
I'm sure it'll be on a T-shirt.
Oh, I'm still waiting, by the way, for my Uncle Mark fan club T-shirt.
Good luck on that. I've put the lockdown on.
No,
those.
fuck you, Mark.
No, fuck you.
I need that T-shirt.
They're making another one that's even. I've even approved. That's pretty cool.
So for reference, episode 17, Uncle Mark was on September 16th.
Oh, we missed that by a long time.
And episode 24 was Chico to the Rescue, and that was November 7th.
Oh, shit, dude. Your year's coming up.
Okay, so that we started shortly after that.
I think I'm legit maybe going to send birthday hats to all of our Patreons for that.
Oh my gosh.
No, I am going to send birthday gifts out for our 2-year anniversary, but that's a ways away. The 100th episode, though, I have an idea. And we'll see if it goes over. I don't know.
Oh, good Lord.
Anyway, that's it for
It
me.
should be very, very interesting. But are those your shout outs, guys? I don't really have
I don't think Chico shouted out anybody.
I don't really have any shout out. Shout out to Luke for putting up with me. We've been practicing for Crossroads, and I've been beating
I'm gonna book that one. I'm pretty sure. Shout out to you for putting up with Luke. I mean, like,
he was super salty on Monday because I keep pulling out like lists like, hey, I'm gonna try this one and throw it at you, and I just keep beating them over and over and over. But we finally found a list tonight that I think he's settling on. So we'll see.
is that really true? We have 10 weeks till our 100th episode. We're not on episode 90, are we?
We're
No.
in the 80s, 81 or 82.
Okay. Anyway, wow. Okay. I have a shout out to Dio Morales. Thank you for representing the OCX radio podcast.
Saw that today. That was cool.
Did he not look fucking sexy in that shirt? That really brought out the tone in his skin, his hair, his eyes, and everything.
Yeah, sure.
Did you guys know that Diona Morales is Ray's parents?
Fair. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, we don't have any bad list submissions. I mean, we do, but we don't have time for them tonight. I'm sorry. I apologize. Next week, I have a good one for you. So If you have any questions or comments, bad lists, or criticisms, email our producer extraordinaire, Montana, who basically runs this entire show, except for when the show's on. Then it's me. But other than that, it's Montana. He may or may not pass them along to us. We don't know. If you would like to become a Patreon of the show, visit patreon.com/OCXradio.com. Or no, I said that wrong. Patreon.com. Just search OCX Radio on patreon.com. Hopefully next week I will be able to show off the newest Patreon reward. We have already kind of dabbled in what the next Patreon card is going to be. I'm pretty much putting 100% guaranteed stamp on that one because I love it. It's fantastic, and we need to make that the card. But we also have something else in the mix, and that should be up for your viewing pleasure next week. If you want to join the fastest growing and bestest Facebook group, the likes that X-Wing has never seen, you should join the OCX Aces worldwide X-Wing community Facebook page. Ton of people have done it this week, guys. Don't be left out. Get on the good side of the Force and see what's all good and friendly and happy and fun and crazy and batshit nuts on X-Wing. That is the OCX Aces Facebook page. I want to thank you, everybody, for listening, everybody for watching. Love you guys. That's it. We can send this baby off to Yub Nub.
Yub Nub!
Yub Nub. But
Yub Nub.
Yub Wear blue jerseys.
Where the fuck is Kyle, the rapper, during Yub Nub? Apparently he's like he's the greatest spitting of the lyrics ever since
Timestamp it, coach. Timestamp it, coach. Timestamp it, coach.
Hold on. Timestamping. 2:33. Got it.
So if you all want to know, like, he kind of alluded to it of how this show is run, and I want to give people like a glimpse behind the curtain. So here's how a week usually goes. About Monday, I ask Coach, what the heck are we talking about? And about Tuesday, I give up on him actually responding.
I mean, I respond. It's just not the response.
And it's nonsense. And then about Tuesday, I come up with what we're probably actually should talk about. And I make a show notes thing that nobody adds anything to. Wednesday, I like complete what I'm putting in there, and then Kyle gets on there and puts something on. Mark usually looks at it and says, "Oh, that works," and he plans a little bit. And then like 2 hours before, Coach goes, "Those look great," and he prints them off. And then we do the show, and towards the end of the show, depending upon how drunk Coach is, he adds in just extra bullshit that the rest of us just go, "What the fuck's going on?" And we're just along for the ride. And then we may or may not send all our stuff to Montana and just you're on your own, Montana. Fucking sorry. So he has like Thursday and Friday to frantically try to put it together. Maybe we got him timestamps. Maybe we made special requests all through it.
We've never done timestamps except for like the last 2 episodes.
So he has to deal with all that bullshit. And then he magically slams it together and pushes it out like Friday night or Saturday.
How he does it, I don't know.
He's a saint. Like I've done it a couple times, and I know my quality episodes are just bad compared to his.
I understand. Like I asked Montana a couple weeks ago. I says, Montana, just throwing it out there, you could totally say no. I didn't put any referendums or anything. Referendums? Whatever. Anyway.
Whatever.
I said, it would kind of be nice to maybe get the episode out Friday morning. Like, I don't, it was just a maybe, could we maybe do that before the weekend kind of a deal? Like a Friday drive home, you're fucking done with work, and work was driving you fucking crazy. You turn on OCX and you have a great time. That's kind of what I was going for. And Montana messaged me back. He's like, that would be kind of hard to do. I would need this. And I messaged him and says, what do you need to get this out on Friday? And he's like, I need timestamps. I need everything uploaded. And I was like, we haven't really uploaded audio in a while. It's usually just straight off of YouTube. And I don't know if that's better or worse for him. I would think it's better for him because he downloads one audio track. But at the same time, he's downloading one audio track. So he's got to like make it sound pretty sort of thing. And I think we've gotten pretty good in the last however many episodes we've had that we don't have a lot of, like, we mute our mics when something else is going on. We do this.
Right, and we actually have decent quality mics so that the YouTube audio sounds pretty good.
So the YouTube is pretty good. It sounds very well. It runs into problems when like Luke comes on. But I think he should still be able to strip the YouTube, and I've got my timestamps. And he says that does do a huge amount of work for him. If I can tell him, okay, on my audio at this and this and this happens, this happens, this happens. And it's not hard to do. It's just, I need reminders. Just like today, I forgot to pick my kid up. And my wife was like, hey, Brody's still at preschool and you need to go pick his ass up. I'm like, fuck shit, fudge. Anyway. But yeah, no, Chico pretty much described it. He's like, yeah, I usually get the Monday, the Monday. So what are we doing today? And I'm like, Monday's my worst fucking day in the world because everything in a construction business happens on Monday. So I rarely have time to divulge my huge brain to the podcast. But Tuesday's kind of my bad because I should definitely have something by Tuesday. And it's usually not till Wednesday.
Because we need a little time to prepare. I get that you don't prepare at all.
I don't. I really don't.
But the rest of us put together some comments and thoughts.
Here's
so that we
something
can have
on topic but slightly off topic. BattleTech.
Yeah. New episodes coming out soon. I have to edit it, but
oh god.
Yes, for all of you who don't know, I apparently have an addiction to podcasts and decided to start a BattleTech podcast. I do not host it, thank God, but I probably think I maybe should. No, I don't want to do that.
I don't know. The audio has been rough. Is it
bad?
Better?
It's been super bad. It's really good. This episode 3 is way better. Everyone's figured it out, and problem is it's me and my cousin, and whenever my cousin, just imagine me only times 2.
Nah.
And that's what you get. Matt, the Bloodbath Barons, tries to keep us all. He's the host. He tries to keep us in line, and Tommy just doesn't really talk a whole bunch. But
I'm just waiting for the call.
We mentioned that you're on the next episode, so we're only a monthly podcast. Well, we try to be a monthly podcast, but I'm not in charge of it. I'm not. I already have my own shit going on. So as you can tell, OCX Radio is it takes up enough already. So
I think
feel bad. This is the shit show. We should like shit on people, right? Like maybe. What the fuck?
Okay. Here, Gordon and Mikhail have been going on about French not being on the show, and both of these idiots from Kentucky cannot do a Kentucky accent. And I sent them a note that says, if you need a Kentucky, if you need a drawl, I can do it. What area of the country do you want it from? And I just got a note from Gordon going, well, just do it and send it to me. And I haven't gotten it done yet.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
fuck,
y'all know that you can't go head to head on a tie swarm. I think I can do French okay.
But Mark, you can go head. But you really have got.
No, you got
Mark, God damn it. Go ahead, fucking dice. Go ahead and fucking dice, Mark.
No, hell, I'm gonna go for some shine.
If your fucking dice ain't gonna fucking show up for you, well, goddamn it, you might as well just fucking quit the game. Might as well just do it.
I take my toys and go home.
Take that fucking X-wing dice variance and just showed up your fucking ass. That's all I gotta do.
You're kind of doing a little more Cajun there, my friend.
Well, I like to be from Louisiana. Okay.
I was born in Arkansas, but I grew up in Alaska, and I didn't understand a damn thing you just said.
Now, Arkansas is a whole nother thing because we slow this sucker down.
They talk
now, see, my mama's from Hot Springs, Arkansas, and we'd go down about once a year, and I'd come back, and no one understood me in Central Illinois for about 3 weeks until I got back up to speed.
But go dogs. Go dogs. It's the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Shit show, guys. Come on. Anybody? No?
I'll go ahead and shit on Ryan Fleming because he was wrong. And it's real easy to shit on Ryan Fleming when he's wrong. So here it goes. So Gordon goes and asks him on Stay on Target, how do you feel about this half points thing? And he just goes off on this like super long tangent about how half points really doesn't matter because they've been pushing MOV out of the whole tiebreaker thing. Because with like system opens, it just matters your record to make the next day. And then finally, you get to like the top cut, which sometimes they're doing as all of the exit ones, all of, whatever. And it's being less and less based on your actual ordered rank, aside from how you're seated in the top cut, which, yes, that's correct, and that's great. I'm really happy that they're doing that. But what he's completely missing is the half points on all ships changes the win-loss condition inside of a given match. And the fact that he completely missed all that, and all of the other people on that show were too pussy-footed to not say anything, is that when you're playing a given match and suddenly you get half points on like a small ship, like that's suddenly a big deal. It's like if somebody's sitting there rocking, they're like, 80-point Guri, and you get, your 2-3 damage on it, boom, like that's half of its points gone. It's like that is huge to determining when in the match, like who you go after, what you go after. And that is a huge difference. And that's something like even I'm having to get myself a hold of. And I need to make sure, my list, when I write it down for Crossroads, I write down, okay, here's all the half points. Here's when it goes to half points. And I need to make sure I do that with all my opponents' lists. So I'm sitting there, halfway through a game going, oh, fuck, this is the time I need to run because I'm up on points and there's only like 5 minutes left. Go.
The points come up on your PDF on the app.
Right.
Yeah,
don't trust that
really,
shit.
Like, it's not really like spelled as like, please press here to get a full squad sheet. It's like you have to export to PDF to do that. Like, if I could just be like,
just share, you go share and put it to PDF.
If they would just do the threshold right below the fucking ship, they're like, hey, your ship's worth 88 points.
Chico didn't do this.
Hey, we're not shitting on the app. We're shitting on Fleming.
Oh, that's right.
I'm sorry.
Fucking
damn it, Fleming. Half points are a much bigger deal.
You
let on.
He was supposed to be somebody big, and now he's not. And now he's trying to be, and now he's just. Now
I am undefeated against Fleming. I played against him once. I won once. So I don't see what the big deal is. Not my system open champion.
Can I segue on your shitting on Ryan Fleming?
Go. I pass the shit to you.
Okay, I want to shit on Stay on Target.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it.
All right. Listen, motherfuckers. I don't think you know what it is to be a weekly podcast. I think you guys think like, oh, it looks so easy. OCX can do it. Fuck, why not us? No, motherfuckers. This shit takes dedication. This takes blood, sweat, and tears. You guys might be enjoying your high on your 2 or 3 week podcast. I don't know. I think I've listened to a couple of them. Maybe. I'm not mentioning them, so I don't really listen anymore. Hint, hint. The worst. You're supposed to mention me every fucking podcast, man. But come talk to me on the 40th, the 60th, the 80th. We'll see where you're at. We'll see where your mind is by then. Everyone claims OCX is the Club Med. You know why we're the Club Med? Because we're fucking free-flowing, baby. We may not have any subjects. We may not have anything.
The week, you know, when the Steelers were losing, but all of a sudden this past weekend, Steelers won. Where's my episode? Where's my fucking episode?
Yeah. Where's my weekly episode of Stay on Target? Where all of a sudden everyone takes everything back. And
I'm out there running like 3-4 miles every day, and I need something to listen to, and I ain't got my Stay on Target. I had to listen to some fucking Birmingham Barons today.
Oh,
thanks.
No!
Thanks, Gordon.
You too? Fucking okay. Now we've started because this is twice. This is not only did you make Chico listen to Birmingham Barons. You made me listen to the Birmingham Barons.
Oh!
Right?
I listen to old shows of us.
I oh my God.
That's almost
I don't even know how
worse.
to come back to that one. But if we both have to listen to the fucking Birmingham Barons in order to have our X-Wing fix, you are obviously dropping the ball. Stay on Target.
Actually, I go back and listen to all of our different appearances on the Hornet Squadron.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
You know, I could have a bone to pick with Hornet Squadron too, but they kind of at least announced that they were going to be like de-escalating. You said you were going to escalate Stay on Target. And I need some better content, buddy. I'm looking at you, Gordon. I'm looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to give McHale credit. He tries to hold it together, but, you know, Gordon is the worst.
He's the Oh, I really do need him to kick that sweatshirt and t-shirt thing back up because I totally forgot to order my sweatshirt.
I got my shirt.
Did you? Did you order
Everybody
me one
get a
too?
mug. Everybody get a mug
no.
so Gordon feels bad that he isn't the only one with one.
I really wanted that sweatshirt. I really wanted to Stay on Target sweatshirt because it was getting to be cold outside and I need something to wear. And I totally forgot. Totally forgot. Anyway.
Are you selling stuff in the back room?
Yeah, I tried to mute it, but no, my local crack dealers just showed up, so we gotta go. Shut up! Get back and do your fucking job. I don't pay you to talk. God damn it! Fucking crack dealers that want to have a conversation. What the shit is this?
So are we missing any other podcasts we need to start beating with?
Is that the Will Hagwood looking like?
Yes, the Will Hagwood look like. Yes. Oh shit. Yeah. He wishes he had a beard like Will Hagwood. I'm sorry, man. That thing's like 3 feet long. And it's
always soaked in
ZZ
beer.
Topic.
It's always soaked in beer.
That's when I knew that I
probably
liked Hagwood. Is like when he won his first Adepticon, I was like, who is this guy? But then as soon as he won, somebody handed him a beer and he chugged it, and I was like, that is X-Wing. That's
my champion.
He's obviously from Iowa.
Yes, if we are shitting on podcasts, Back to Dials apparently went back to Dials.
I don't know what that means.
Tyson was on the fucking show the other day.
Yeah, can we get back like real hosts for Back to Dials? I mean, John Connolly, get him back on. Like he is the best host they ever had and will ever have. He's amazing. John Connolly is awesome.
I just want another Tyson cardboard cutout to like travel the country. That's what I want. Or was it an Asa cutout? Fuck, I can't remember. It's been so long. All right. The only last shitting on podcast, which really doesn't need to be moaned, was the Binocs. They're kind of getting old. They're math wing and sleeping during tournaments. That's just not cool.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like they're falling apart right now because like there's obviously some infighting. If like one of your hosts buys a plane ticket to an event and he doesn't even like get the other host involved in it.
Okay,
like,
I wasn't gonna bring this
poor
up.
Farmer.
I wasn't gonna bring this up because I thought I was on the fringe. I thought I was on the fringe, and I was like a kook conspiracy theorist. But it's hard to look past the facts, right?
Yeah, it's
when you literally were told to get. I mean, I'm assuming these plane tickets were bought with Patreon money.
Yep, filthy internet dollars.
And when you're in, you don't just buy yourself a ticket. You buy whoever's going a ticket. I mean, that's just common courtesy. But
so you can sit next to each other and snuggle.
But I have a feeling, and I don't want to say I'm the catalyst. I don't want to say that, but the evidence leads to the fact that I issued my apology. Farmer was fully on reading my apology, but it was D was the one that thought, no, fuck that. So I think that might have been a little punishment, and I don't think that relationship's going to be going very well. And I'm sorry, if you don't have a D and Ryan, you don't have a Minot, guys.
So who gets Dallas in the divorce?
Oh, shit.
Also, let's don't forget, Mark's reminding us here that Farmer got 200 owed.
200 owed.
Ooh.
With half points on everything.
I mean,
See, Fleming, it matters.
Technically, he's the first podcaster to get able.
200 owed.
Chico, still never tabled since that bounty started.
You better keep that bitch going. I'm just going to say. You go down, we all go down.
Mm-hmm.
I go down, nobody bats an eye. But you, good sir. I'm going to go with in the divorce. Oh, man, that's one of those bloody custody battles that nobody wants to see.
Right, yeah.
I think D's going to get Dallas just because he's a ruthless piece of shit.
Yeah, but
I think it starts with Farmer because in most states the woman gets custody first.
You'd think that, but Farmer also just lost 200-0 in the first major.
Yeah, and that's going to come up in the court battle, and that's what's going to swing it back to
it's like, are you fit? Are you fit to take care of Dallas Parker?
Clearly not. He's passed out in the corner after getting stomped on.
He was passed out in the corner when all this happened. It was like,
yeah.
And we have the issue of Farmer falsifying an introduction by using the wife of
Dallas.
Falsifying an X-Wing Lorish type hero introduction to their show.
Evidently, he's come back on that and said that it may have all actually been the real voice of Ahsoka Tano, the voice actor.
Oh,
so he keeps going back and forth. I don't know what's true. I don't know how to believe him. So clearly, give custody to the other. He's unbelievable.
But D is so obviously the wrong parent.
True.
I mean, I can't prove it other than his outlandishly, like, just outrageous behavior. Like, He's fucking crazy, but an outstanding citizen. Now, as in Brian Farmer, sweetheart, but lies like a motherfucker. Shit, I don't know. This, you know what? This might be foster parents. We might have to take Dallas.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think in the court of X-Wing, I don't know. Judge Chico Brown, how do you rule?
I think we need to have a Dallas episode.
All right.
So said. It has been said.
Say we all.
Should be done.
All right. Dallas episode it is to find out who gets custody of Dallas. I think I've heard testimonies from both sides. I don't think I need to hear from either one of them, but we need to hear testimony from the bereaved, if you want to call them that.
Yeah.
And we will decide if OCX has to take custody out of just pure inefficiency of both parties. I think he's going to have to go in the system. I think OCX is a good fostering place. We'll find a good home for him. All right. I think that'll do it, guys. Bum.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
On that note, we are stopping the broadcast.
Best shit shows we've ever had.
That was ridiculous.